And welcome into the firm of Harris and Marang. Patrick Harris with you, yours truly. That's Danny Marang to my left. Casey Smith on the beats back there, the ones and twos. Happy little Thursday to everybody out there. We're almost home. We're almost home. What's up, military boy?
I know, right? Feeling good. No, I'm like
shaved head over there. You took your hat off, dude.
Oh, it's still a little warm in here. I was feeling a little heavy, but yeah, no, it's that time of year. I usually do it. Yeah, usually once a year.
And that hat you're wearing always throws me off because it looks like a Liverpool hat.
And it will never be a Liverpool hat.
I know, but it still freaks me out, man.
No, it's a Langland Farms hat.
Welcome to the dark side, you know. Welcome to the dark side.
No, never in a million years. F them forever.
Wow. Savage.
I hate your club.
That's all right.
He didn't fall? Inconceivable.
That's okay. That's all right. You got hate in your heart, let it out.
I don't know what is going on with my computer right now. It is.
Ooh, that's too big for me.
It is.
What viruses are you downloading?
No.
I did attempt to go onto an illegal torrent site today, and it was like, no soup for you. I was like, all right. I wasn't even like trying to break the law.
In front of our IT guy.
I was just trying to show people that this is possible to do. I was not partaking.
Because you've never done that.
Never in my life. Never.
I honestly can't remember the last time.
I never ahoy to the seven seas, my friends.
Yeah, I genuinely can't remember the last time I downloaded something like it's probably like LimeWire, Napster. I just don't.
I definitely don't wait 6 weeks into the NFL season to get Sunday ticket for 3/4 of the price, 3/4 less. You know.
No.
Yo ho, a pirate's life for me.
I mean, I get it, but it's also just like I just don't.
Watching the basketball game last night, I don't want to get like too sportsy here for a moment, but I do have to bring this up because it kind of irked me, and it's still irking me to this day. As I see the headline on ESPN, you saw the fan that rushed the court last night got a lifetime ban from all NBA arenas. Two people.
Did you see what was on his shirt? Because everybody's trying to figure it out, and I can't figure it out.
No, but that's part of what I'm going to get to here.
I think it said something about Wemby.
Well, he tried to do the Leo Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo selfie with Wemby. Why is this on TV? Every other sport I know, when somebody rushes the field, cameras go whoop right away.
It's a court. Where
go to Mitch Johnson.
Panda RJ.
Yeah. Go to Breen and RJ and Tim Legler. I thought the whole point was to not put them on TV so you don't get copycat. Like somebody now on TV has seen that and was like, dude, that guy got pretty close to Wemby. I'm faster than that guy. What'd that guy's shirt say? See, that you're supposed to avoid all that.
Yeah, I look at it and I just go, what is going on here? I don't. The dumbest one were the idiots that glued themselves to the floor in Minnesota.
I do not know this.
Yeah, they glued their hands to the floor in protest because Minnesota's old owner, I think he was in like the chicken industry too, on top of being a politician. I think it was chicken.
Like force feeding animals in cages, that kind of situation?
I don't know, but it was just like...
Danny hates animals.
It's chicken's chicken, man.
Those are God's creatures, dude.
Yeah, but...
You as a man of faith should understand that.
Yeah, and because of that, he put them there for us to eat. So
Wow.
Did. But beyond that, here's something adjacent to get us squirreled. Tiff is really good at finding the ways to scare the living crap out of herself as far as like what's actually in our food. Do you know Tyson genetically engineered a chicken that ages significantly faster so it's ready to eat faster? I
sure do.
It is mangy looking, dude. They can't reproduce.
We do not have Tyson food in our house.
Yeah, no, I was just like, because I get the frozen bag of chicken thighs from Costco every now and then, but also I get the fresh ones, right? And I was like, where does Costco get these chickens from? Turns out Costco has their own chicken farms. Now, sometimes they do source from other places, and I'm just like,
well, why do you think that roasted chicken breast is $4.99?
Well, it's a lost leader.
Well, I know, but there's also probably an ton of hormones in there.
Probably, but also the hot dog and the chicken, those are two lost leaders that they have zero issues with. Because people come in the building for them.
I'm pro $1.50 hot dog.
Oh yeah.
It's probably the best deal in fast food, quote unquote.
It is
in the world.
Have you actually like ordered food from a Costco stand in a while? Like it's all digital now, and
Yeah, it sucks.
it's kind of weird, and it feels like the process is slower.
Without a doubt.
Like,
Still $1.50 though.
I know, but it's, the CEO of Costco said that over his dead body.
Is Arizona iced tea still 99 cents? I think that went up.
See, here's the thing. We had this discussion. I
Price
think
the bottle deposit.
think of last night. we
Yeah,
had this
you pay
discussion.
6 cents for
Boom.
the can deposit as well, so you're paying around 106.
Her son went down to the market and grabbed a couple Arizonas the other night, and he was like, back in the day, the Arizonas always had the 99 cents on it, on the can.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, these ones don't have it. And I started thinking, I'm like, oh, are those like not for resale? Because we have like a little market in the center of the neighborhood. It's actually kind of cool. Like you have a little market in the neighborhood, which is not very common in like that kind of place, but it's dope. I love it. But it didn't have the 99 cents logo on it anymore. And I was like, I know they're still 99 cents because I just saw them at the grocery store for 99 cents.
Maybe that's an old batch.
Or it's a new batch.
The wife and I, we did Whole30 during COVID. And while I just got fatter and didn't get skinnier because of it, but I did learn about a lot of things in food and how to stay away from stuff. Like there's sugar in everything.
Yes.
Why? Because it's addictive. I know that. That was more of a rhetorical why.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, I don't need sugar in my bread. I like bread.
Yeah.
So now everything's more expensive because I don't want to buy all the crap that's got crap in it.
Oh, we get the Costco gluten-free sourdough. Bro, you can't even tell it's gluten-free. It's like genuinely good.
I can.
It's so freaking good.
I want you to bring me in a piece of that and a piece of sourdough bread. Put it in front of me. Blind taste test. Done.
Oh, I can't wait.
Done.
I
I'll
can't
even put a blindfold on so I can't see because sometimes they look a little
They look a
differently,
little different, yeah.
little different color shades. I will eat them blindly and tell you which one's gluten free.
Okay.
Making bread. This is not a shot at your fiance. Making bread without gluten to me is like making wine without grapes. It's a fundamental aspect of the situation.
Well, people don't look for grapeless wine because they have grape allergies.
It's called liquor.
Yeah.
It's called liquor.
There's no alternative to that.
Understood. I don't know if I could live the gluten-free world.
Yeah.
Gluten-free beer is brutal. Brutal.
But there's options. Like I said, there's a couple of gluten-free bakeries here in Portland. There's one right up the street.
I've had some stuff. My wife's cousin, we hang out with her all the time. She's gluten-free. We're around all the time. We just make things without gluten when she comes over.
Yeah, no, the Chiari West spot right up here on 23rd, they've got a Japanese custard roll, gluten-free. You tell them you want one, and they go get it for you, and then insert the custard right then and there. So it's that fresh. Yeah, buddy, is it good? Yeah, it's that, but oh my God, does it go? Yeah, what goes into gluten-free baking of anything is nightmare fuel. It's nightmare fuel. Like how, like if it like actually gluten-free, like prepared in a gluten-free area, all the stuff you have to do for it. Like if somebody's like a severe celiac, like and you claim something's gluten-free, like you can't have anything anywhere near it.
I've worked at a lot of breweries in my day and places that make pizza. Someone's walked in and been like, "I'm celiac. Can I be here?" And I'm like, "Absolutely not. I would turn around."
Bad place for you to be.
I would absolutely turn around. We make our own dough, and that guy makes beer. Like, I would leave.
Yeah.
Politely, you should leave.
Yeah. The amount of crap in the air right now is not good for you.
Well, I'm just a little sensitive to it. And I'm like, all right, sit down. Here's some pizza and an IPA. Shut up.
No, if you were actually celiac, yeah, do not mess with that stuff like that. You want the bubble guts. That's not going to work for you at all.
Whatever happened to the people that threw the flaccid plastic things on the court?
I don't think those guys ever got caught.
But they stopped. They were bright green.
Bright green.
Can we not say that word on the air?
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't either.
I wouldn't.
I'm not going to test that. I'm having a good week.
There's plenty of words I've tested that I've been like, we're good.
Yeah.
That one I don't think we can.
I'm having a good week. I think the boss is happy with me, so let's not push the envelope.
Adult adjacent AIDS.
Adult entertainment accessories.
There you go. But yeah, they were bright green. They were Seahawk green.
AEA.
Yeah.
Seahawk Color Rush.
Yes.
Are we getting Color Rush jerseys this year again?
I don't know, but there's multiple NBA teams that are redoing their logos. The Rockets looks like a Dorito, and the Timberwolves are embracing the OG Timberwolves jerseys. And Timberwolves are winning right now.
Well, I think the Memphis Grizzlies should rock those Vancouver Grizzlies jerseys at all times. Yeah. Just replace Vancouver with Memphis.
Yes. I don't know why that's on their default.
It's like a 90s cartoon grizzly going, arr.
I mean, the Raptors, for the most part, embraced their old traditions. It's like, yeah, it's because it's good. That era of jerseys across the league.
Look,
nothing but certified bangers.
I'm not a camo guy, but Padres camo.
Oh, Padres camos.
It's great.
Home run.
It's great.
It's just, it's not that, like, I don't understand it. Like, I've talked to actually a few team presidents about this, and what it ultimately comes down to is that you have dumb kids who want to buy stuff. And so it's like the PDX carpet jersey. Every team every team in the NBA is allowed to have whatever jersey they want. And they aren't allowed to have whatever jersey they want. They were given two choices. You can have a new alternate, or you can go with your bestseller. And the PDX carpet jersey crushed.
I saw
Jaylen
Brown photoshopped in a PDX carpet jersey the other day, and I went 6 to midnight.
Yeah, if they're gonna do the PDX carpet, like, make the whole jersey plaid. Like, be obnoxious.
Like be the okay.
Like, if you're gonna, like, the Miami,
it's like black with the hints of the plaid.
Yeah, like the Miami Vice jerseys, full lean.
Dude, have you seen the Miami Vice San Diego Padres
Yes.
jerseys? Those are really good too.
When you have,
I used to have a hat of that, and I was like, I'm not a Padres fan. I can't wear it.
When you have something that's like off the wall crazy, the Brooklyn Nets, the Biggie, the Cougie jerseys, those things are sick. Like, if you're gonna do something that's off the wall, embrace the off the wallness. Don't, like, do subtle hints of it. It's always just like, ugh.
Well, you've got a lot of collectors out there, completionists. I can be a completionist about stuff, but not to that extreme. That's why they put a new one out, because someone goes, oh man, I have 6 Blazer jerseys at home, but I want Shaden Sharp and a PDX carpet. That was me. I wanted a Shaden Sharp and a PDX carpet.
And we all laugh at you.
Well, now I want a Shaden Sharp and a Milwaukee Bucks jersey. That's like, what I want now.
Yeah, like I said, I don't buy jerseys anymore, but when I did, when I was younger, I would never buy, like, that guy's jersey. No, it was always like, no, that guy's going to be here. He signed a contract. He's going to be a part of the future.
That's what always terrifies me about it. It's like, I bought a Frankie Lindor T-jersey. He was in New York 2 years later.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn it. Should have gone Jose Ramirez.
Yeah. With you guys, that's a little bit tougher because you only ever hold on to one of them.
For 4 years.
Yeah,
and then they're Yankees.
And then they're gone.
Then they're Yankees. In this case, Mets.
Yeah.
Or Phillies or Red Sox.
Yeah, they all go to the Northeast. That's kind of weird.
Well, they got money.
I guess.
Jim told me. Went to Philly. Manny signed like the biggest contract in the history of baseball at the time with the Red Sox. Then A-Rod was like, hold my beer.
Can't have a Red Sox doing it.
I remember the day that Alex Rodriguez was going to be traded to the Red Sox. I was in San Diego with my girlfriend at the time, who happens to be my wife. And I saw on ESPN that Alex Rodriguez was going to the Boston Red Sox. And I went, this is the most insane thing.
Alex Rodriguez?
Yes, I've ever heard in my life. 24 hours later, the deal fell through and he was a Yankee. And I think it's because the Yanks were like, we'll give you Alfonso Soriano. And Texas was like that deal a lot better.
We're going to walk that one back.
Yep. Moral of the story is, kids, don't run on the court to get a selfie. It's not worth it. You'll probably go to jail, and now you can't ever see a basketball game again.
Yeah, well,
but do they know that? Do they have facial recognition at the Moda Center if that guy moves to Portland?
Oh, I know they have it in New York.
I'm sure they do.
No. I know they have it.
I know they do in New York, too. Yes, I've seen those stories.
Like, Dolan does not. There are guys that have been banned who have tried to. They get popped and they get walked out and they press charges.
Looking at you, Charles Oakley.
It's no joke. They use the same software at the Sphere. So that's the thing is, if you get banned from any of the MSG properties, the Sphere's included.
I heard it's hard to smoke weed at the Sphere.
It's hard to do anything there because their security there is through the roof.
I bet.
But if you ever have a band there that you want to go see, Metallica, definitely go.
Oakley Dokley, we got a great show for you today. It's a Thursday. That's 10 Toes Down. We'll do that at 12:15. Did the Pac-12 media deal get leaked last night? Yesterday afternoon? I think so. There's a little NFL nuggies to get to, a little bit of golf, but let's start game one of the NBA Finals. The Knicks, are they a surprise, or did this go how they thought it would? That will start there. 105.1 The Fan and The Fan Sports Network.
The Fan.
Hanging out here in the association for hour number one here on Portland Sports Leader. It's 10:19, don't you forget it. We are live from the shadows of the historic Fremont Bridge. 503-864-6326 is the fan text line. It's one of those kind of days. We'll have 10 Toes Down at 12:15. Questions you ask us that we have to answer. No wishy-washy, no vacillating around here. We'll get to that in the Big Nooner. Also with a little Pac-12 media deal that may have been leaked. But Daniel, let's jump right into it. The Knicks defeat the Spurs 105-95 last night, stealing game one on the road. What do we always say? Series don't get spicy until a road team wins. Well, right out the chute, things are spicy. Fascinating game, really entertaining game.
It was. And the crazy thing is, I saw this after the game, that the last 3 NBA Finals where the road team has won game 1, they've lost the series.
Interesting. Do you know the other ones off the top of your head?
It's Pacers last year.
Okay, they won game 1.
Celtics.
How did I forget that?
A couple years ago. The last team to do it, the Spurs in 2013. The last team, actually, the road team to win game 1 and win the title was the Pistons.
The
04.
Larry Brown Pistons.
Yep. 04 Pistons.
One of the craziest collections of talent. Okay, so they went to L.A. and won game 1. Did they win that series like 4 games to 1?
I think it was 4-2.
I don't think it was that close. I think they kind of mopped them. Well, if I remember correctly, the Lakers, that's the super old Lakers. So you have Kobe and Shaq, but you got old man Peyton and old man Malone chasing rings. We just kind of bogged down that lineup because Kobe and Shaq were still in their primes.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean.
So then they're throwing these old guys around. It's like,
4-1.
It was 4-1.
4-1. That's what I thought. I thought it was a pretty quick series. The biggest takeaway from this, there's a lot of little things to get to. Let's start on the positives here. Welcome to the NBA Finals, Jalen Brunson. You and I, we acknowledge that Jalen Brunson is a very, very good player. We are not necessarily the biggest fans of the style of play of Jalen Brunson, but I can't sit here and tell you that he's not good. Last night,
oh God, no.
He closed it out in a way like we kind of saw Halliburton on the run last year. You know, like there are just guys that show. When Jokic won his finals, like Jamal Murray started to step up, but that's Jokic. I asked the question yesterday: do the Knicks need Jalen Brunson to drop 30 a game to win? The answer might be yes, but it might be more about when he's getting his buckets.
Yeah, because let's be clear, Jalen Brunson was buns for 3 quarters.
2 of 9 from downtown, 12 of 31.
He was
overall.
5 of 16.
Only went to the line 4 times. Only had 4 shots at the line.
He was not good. He couldn't hit anything to save his life. Thankfully for the Knicks, neither could De'Aaron Fox or Victor Wembanyama. Neither of those guys could hit a shot to save their lives, and it made for an incredibly well played game in an ugly sense. Knicks come out hot, hit a couple threes to start the game, and the Spurs are crashing the offensive glass but not able to convert. And then all of a sudden they got on was a 15-3 or 17-3 run, and they get this big lead out. And then offensively, they just couldn't get anything done. You know the Spurs' 2 worst half court performances this year against the Knicks. They're against, for whatever reason, they're getting bothered. And you look at like how the Knicks went about it, and yes, Brunson gets 30. The 2 players, said it yesterday, the 2 players that are most important for the Knicks, Josh Hart, Karl Anthony Towns.
And Cat showed up yesterday.
Boy, and I don't know which one was more valuable to them. I was I was texting with a buddy last night about this. I was very, very impressed with Cat. You mentioned it yesterday, Casey, on the show. Can Karl Anthony Towns play with the kind of emotion we saw him play with in Cleveland, or will he get in his head? Buddy, he was ready to play last night, and he had all of that to him. That being said, Josh Hart might have been the best player on the court last night.
Josh scored 3 points, but he grabbed every rebound in existence.
How do you score 3 points? And again, plus minus isn't everything. 3 points and you're a plus 22.
Because you're absolutely gobbling rebounds. You're hitting the floor. You are creating. He finished with 6 assists? Yeah, he finished with 6 assists, 4 steals, and a block.
I would argue that his 4 steals were all
huge,
big igniters for kicking off the runs that the Knicks started to go on.
We'll get to the Spurs in a moment. I want to stick with the Knicks here for a minute. When I look at the Knicks on paper, and when I think about these individuals and as a collective, there are a lot of things that I'm like, okay, well, nobody is really super elite at this, but they find a way together. And I know that sounds corny and obvious, and the Villanova kids, I get all that. They find a way together in the biggest moments for the guy who knows what he needs to do to step up and do it. Josh Hart, I don't need you to score points, buddy, but I need you to grab that rebound when I need it. I need you to pass that ball to OG Anunoby when I need it, and they execute. I mean, Bridges was quiet last night, but was still extremely effective on the court, even off ball. I don't want to say he's doing this like brilliant job of creating off ball per se, but he is still in the right spots at the right time.
Josh Hart said something, I think it was the beginning of the Cleveland series, said something along the lines of like, I will do whatever it takes to win. If that means that I'm not playing as much and I need to cheer for the bench, I will do it. And you hear players say some version of like, I'll do whatever it takes all the time. And I believe almost none of them. None of them.
Okay, go sit on the bench. Well, not that.
Josh Hart is one of the very few guys that I believe because I've talked to him. I've been around him. I've watched him. Like, he is a guy who he's just a winner. He will do whatever it takes. If he doesn't have it that night, but he's got to go raw on the bench, that he will. If he needs to hit the floor, he will. If he needs to flop, he will. If he needs to elbow somebody in the chops, he will. Like, he will do whatever it takes to win. And that's why I said, like, going into this series, I know what Brunson is. I know what Cat is. I know what OG is. I know what Kales is. I know what Josh is. The guy that matters, the X factor, is Josh. Because he will do whatever it takes. He is 6'5" and led everybody in rebounding last night.
13 of his 15 rebounds were defensive rebounds
flying out of nowhere
against Victor Wembanyama
and Luke Cornett.
There are times when we'll get to the Spurs here in a moment. There are times when Wemby is positioned in the spot to get the rebound that nobody can, and this might be the solution for Wemby. The Knicks have found. We'll see how it goes. I'm not counting San Antonio out. But Josh being 6'5" and Wemby being 7'6", it felt like times that Wemby never saw Josh.
No, because he's flying in somewhere else.
And all of a sudden, Josh is there, and he's grabbing the rebound from him as Wemby's trying to turn to his right. There's Josh Hart already there stealing the ball from him.
That's the thing, is the Spurs are going to have to make a major adjustment on whoever is on Josh Hart. Again, if it's Wemby and he's staying in the paint and Josh has got to run up to go grab a rebound, that's going to be different. But if Wemby's not on Hart, whoever it is has to put a body on him. You have to put a body on him. I said it going into the game last night. He is the best rebounding guard wing, whatever you want to call it, in the NBA. He just is.
The two last things I want to get to on this Knicks side, and we'll take a quick break and jump into the Spurs here. Two things that I want to ask. Were either of you impressed, although he's not very good at it, were either of you impressed with how much man coverage Cat had on Wemby last night?
He stood Wemby up a couple times.
He did. There was that really bad one, I think, late in the fourth when Wemby ducked his shoulder and threw Cat to the ground, which will show you that the skinny alien's got some strength behind him. But I kept watching the game and saying to myself, oh my God, Mike Brown and Karl Anthony Towns have no problem with this matchup right now.
It's not just a single coverage. Wemby has a couple pet moves because he's so big. He loves to spin. They know that. The number of times you see OG and Mikhail and Josh dig down is damn near every time.
If Wemby Holiday do it in the matchup versus Portland.
Yep.
When you're that big, I've said this so many times about Wemby. Anybody who's 6'10 plus is a ball handler. The travel of the ball from the floor to their hand is a long way.
Beat him to the spot.
Cat got himself a little bit in foul trouble for a minute because he got too handsy on that spin move. And it was like, I can't remember who it was. One of the announcers was like, you have got to be smarter than that, Cat, because he knows that you know that you want to reach. You've got OG digging. You've done the work. Just be big. Just be big because you're not going to contest him. If Wemby wants to turn and fade, because he hit that one to start the game, the mid-range pull-up, and it was like, good luck with that, man. Like, you're not contesting that. You just got to do your work early and hope. That's what you do. Now, Wemby, again, didn't hit his shots, but I like the way Cat stood him up. I love the help that they showed. And you had Champagnie knocking down threes for the Spurs, but nobody else did. And so the game plan works. So you just keep digging down. You keep putting pressure on Wemby, and you rely on Cat to be big. You rely on Mitchell Robinson to be big, and pray.
Do we think some of Jeremy Sohan's comments were a little bit right? That
yes.
Wemby does take possessions off, and
you have to when you're that important on both sides of the floor. We've talked about this with players over the years. Nobody can do that. Like the whole Jokic was horrid defensively this year because they had so much reliance on him offensively. But because he's 7 foot tall, you can still be an impediment. You know what I mean? So, and Wemby said this in the series before against Minnesota. You know, he was like, I put my energy in the wrong places. It's like, you have to learn. Every series is a little bit different. What the ask is going to be a little bit different. And I thought Wemby had maybe a little bit of a uncertainty about that in game one, and the Knicks took advantage.
Last thing I will ask you is how high up the charts is Jalen Brunson climbing when it comes to late game closeout talent.
I mean,
in the pantheon,
his clutch performances have been insane the last 3 years.
He's that dog.
Yeah.
We talk about dog. We talk about you want it. Jalen wants it.
Oh, there's nobody on that team that doesn't have a dog. Now, cats can disappear, but OG's a dog. Josh is a dog. Mikhail's a dog.
And I think Katz disappears because of his own mental spot. He'll lose it. It's not like someone takes it away. He takes it away from himself.
Yes.
The Knicks were fantastic. Let's switch over to the San Antonio Spurs. What went wrong for them? Did they figure out Wembanyama? We'll go there next. Casey Smith with sports.
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
This sports update is brought to you by Mountaintop Metal Roofing. No maintenance, energy efficient, fire resistant, and a lifetime warranty. Do it once, do it right. Visit mountaintopmetalroofing.com. First on the Fan, the New York Knicks took Game 1 of the NBA Finals last night, 105-95, as Jalen Brunson led the way for New York. He finished with 30 points, 13 of them coming in the fourth quarter alone. Game 2 is back again in San Antonio tomorrow at 5:30 as the Spurs come into the contest as early 5.5-point betting favorites. Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Final is tonight as the Vegas Golden Knights currently lead 1-0 in the series. Vegas comes into the match as 1.5-goal underdogs, as you can catch tonight's coverage over on 9:10 a.m. when pregame starts at 4:30 p.m. Some NFL nuggets for you as the Pittsburgh Steelers and tight end Darnell Washington have reached an agreement on a 4-year, $42 million extension. That includes $21 million guaranteed. The Green Bay Packers have locked down their receiving core as Christian Watson has agreed to a 4-year, $110.5 million extension. That includes a $31 million signing bonus. And finally, your Portland Fire are back in action tomorrow night as they take on the Phoenix Mercury inside the Moda Center at 7 p.m. Fire come into the contest as early 1.5-point betting favorites, as you can catch all of tomorrow night's coverage over on 9:10 a.m. when pregame starts at 6:45. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm lowercase from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom, call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Your home for Seahawks football.
Sticking here in the association, we may have a little conversation about some NBA mock drafts, unless things go sideways, which they very much could. 503-864-6326. I want to read some of your thoughts here. Josh Hart is such a genuine dude and a dog on a court. As a Blazer fan, it always pains me to see him succeeding in another uniform. I hear you, buddy. Wrong place, wrong time. When Josh Hart was in Portland, just the wrong time for the roster. He was going to be a transitional piece, help build the Blazers to what they are now, and in theory, if that continues to roll, was a huge get. Everybody would love to have a Josh Hart. You know, Danny, anytime you're building a team and you're trying to compete for a title, to have Josh Hart on your team is fantastic.
Every team Josh has played for, they have loved. Whether it's Villanova, whether it's L.A., whether it's New Orleans, whether it's Portland, whether it's New York, it does not matter. Josh Hart is a winner.
Ultimate glue guy.
It's just right place, right time, and he's in the perfect spot right now with New York.
He's Derek White.
Great call.
He's just a winner. Having those guys is good.
I'm rooting for no one more than Josh Hart to win a championship. I mean, I think he's the most likable guy on that team. It's not close.
Yeah.
I like OG from a basketball standpoint, but he's kind of quiet.
Oh, yeah.
He seemed a little hesitant last night in the very beginning. Got going later.
I think OG's probably still dealing with the hammy a little bit.
Soft tissue.
So.
Were the lights too big for OG? I don't know that. Were the lights too big for Victor Wembanyama last night?
I don't think the lights were too big. I think there was an adjustment period. And I think that it's a different team, different ask. And I think the emotion of it all, you talked about that yesterday. I do think that he maybe got a little too fired up. But here's the thing. As much as the Knicks went in there or won that game, I still think the Spurs are going to win this series.
I do as well. What caught my eye last night with the San Antonio Spurs, they just didn't shoot well as a team, period.
I mean, nobody bet Champagny shot well.
They were in this game. It kind of went back and forth. There were some runs. They were
I should say that Harper was good, too.
They were in this. Oh, dude, Harper, my guy. They were in this game late in the fourth quarter, and they couldn't hit shots. The big thing for me with Victor Wembanyama last night, and we've killed Steph Castle for this, and we have to hold Wembanyama to the same. He had some loud turnovers late in the game.
I mean, like I said, the Knicks,
kind of sloppy passes and sloppy grabbing.
Yep.
He looked like what you would think a 7'6" guy looks like on the court. We're just not used to seeing that. And I think what's weird about and why this series is so intriguing to me and San Antonio's so intriguing is we thought we watched them grow up against Oklahoma City. We thought we watched them take the step and was like, ooh, here we go. They're going to have to do that again, I think, because this Knicks team has showed them they are the vets. And this is where the veteran thing might come to bite them. Oklahoma City is still young. Yeah, they won a title last year, but they're still young.
Oh, for sure.
This Knicks team is full of vets, and they took advantage of San Antonio last night.
I mean, again, Wemby's a supercomputer. I expect him to be able to adjust and
26
figure it
and
out
12
on a bad night. Here's the thing with Wemby, though. We saw this in the series against Oklahoma City at times when Wemby would catch the ball and be a little indecisive. And I think when Wemby is at his best right now, because, as great as he is still a baby deer offensively. Defensively, did you see the play that he had early in the game? Hart went at him, and Wemby just slams it off the backboard. It was like, oh my goodness, grabs it, goes, it knocks down the three in the trail position. You went, oh, that's terrifying. But it's wasn't him in the half court and being indecisive. When he's on the move, because he's such a mismatch nightmare in transition, in secondary transition, in trail position, or catching the ball off a pin down, Iverson cut, whatever it is, he's really, really, really dangerous.
Again, you see the 7'4" guy in transition. If I'm a 4, if I'm a 5, I'm running to get to that paint.
You got to get to the rim.
And what does Wemby do? He
trail position
stops
3.
And pops.
And that's where you give Josh Hart all the credit. Is earlier he goes, okay, if I'm going to Bugs Bunny around this Monstar real quick and try to get my points where I can, and Wemby stuffs it in your face, it's very easy, paging Chet Holmgren, paging SGA, to go, damn it, that doesn't work. I got to try something else. And Hart was like, no. He got me. I'm still going to try this. I think there's something real about small guys running around Victor Wembanyama.
Well, no,
right now.
it's what, the easy example is J.J. Barea on LeBron James.
Yes, great example.
Insert small that the Cavs put on Kevin Durant. Like when you
Dellavedova.
Yeah, as I'm saying, like it wasn't just Delly, it was Delly and God, I can never remember the other guard they had. It's driving me. Anyways,
Deion Waiters.
That's right. It was Waiters Island. it's like when you're that big, like I know it sounds just so trivial and trite, but when you're that big, the ball has to go further or you have to bend down. And when you're bending down that much, you can't be as explosive and you're muting your own natural advantage of being bigger.
And I think that's how you have to approach Wemby. Is you got to kind of find...
You're not going to contest him.
No, you're not. You got to look at, okay, what does he do really well? It's the opposite. Instead of saying, what does he do poorly? Let's exploit that. What does he do well and how do we work around it?
Yes.
And what he does well is the size, the defensive prowess, and they were able to work around that.
How do we mute that? Well, we send a double when he turns his back.
Look, Jalen can't drive down the paint up against Victor Wembanyama.
So
SGA couldn't do it.
Got to pull him out.
Denny struggled with it a little bit. Any guy that goes downhill, they've struggled with it.
If you go straight line at Victor Wembanyama, you are losing.
And if you're going to send a double, you better send a double with a guard because you need someone to undercut and
you need to go low
and to beat him to the spot.
Yep.
You can't do it with two bigs the way that the Cavs would have approached everything.
Well, Mobley's a little different in that regard, but yes, to your point, yes.
Yeah.
Like you have to. You want to dig low. You want to go at his, not go at his knees, but you want to
undercut him.
Yeah, you want to neutralize his size by making him get smaller. In order for him to protect the ball, he's got to be lower. And so if you do that, now Cat is in a position where Wemby has to power up through him instead of going up over the top of him because he's already there. Or he has space to be able to create and shoot over the top because he is 7'6" and he gets there. The only thing stopping him at that point is him. That's it.
And it's a long way for him to go from a dribble to a pull-up. So if you can be a guard and just close out that space, that ball gets a little bit dislodged.
I'm not here yet, but boy, am I getting close. I'm going to start screaming from... If Game 2 doesn't go well for San Antonio offensively, they can still win.
Start Harper.
I'm getting real close to that, Danny. Dylan Harper is growing up before our eyes, and it's not even really a slight on Fox. Was Fox bad shooting last night? Yes. But I think Fox still brings a lot of true classic point guard to that roster that guys like Steph Castle, Champagny need. And Wembanyama, as youth and as shooters, you need a classic style point guard.
Harper has been the more reliable creator.
He's been the spark. He's in a very different way, in a very different player. He is becoming their Josh Hart. Okay, if Jalen Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns are the two offensive guys you lean on, and OG's your defensive guy you lean on, Josh Hart's been the I do everything else, and Harper's starting to do that for the Spurs. I'll knock down threes when I need to. I'll play defense when I need to. I'll run down the lane when I need to. 28 minutes is still a lot for a guy off the bench, but I'm starting to wonder if it's not enough. Or is it just my bias because I love Dylan Harper?
I think it's a little column A, a little column B, but I don't think you're wrong in a sense, but also I don't think Mitch Johnson's going to make that call.
I don't think he will either. I think it might be a bad precedent to set in the locker room.
Not even just that, it's just because if it doesn't work, then it's Dylan Harper's fault.
Oh, and if it doesn't work, you lose the series.
You know what I mean? Like,
I do.
That's a nuclear code.
Nobody would blame Mitch Johnson for doing it. They would blame Dylan Harper. The lights are too big. You're too young. Can't do it. I don't like that.
And Fox was really important in Game 7 in setting the pace in that first half.
Because he is still one of the 3 fastest guys in the league with the ball.
Yep.
When he can just get...
Pace is pace. If you can tire people out, it's a fourth quarter game. It can get a lot longer.
And where did the Spurs struggle against this Knicks team so far? It's in the half court. So having a guy that can naturally create his own advantages... De'Aaron Fox is a water bug, man. Like, I cannot put into words how fast he is with the ball. He makes other high-level defenders in the NBA look stupid and slow.
And him and Russell Westbrook are the 2 fastest people I've
ever
seen.
Drew had issues. Drew had issues.
You could say young Drew would have had issues with that. Like, if you're talking about in the open floor, it's Russ, Fox, and John Wall. That's the list.
Oh,
John Wall, that man would hit a Dougie full speed and be faster than most people. Like, those 3 guys were at their peaks. Unbelievable. Fox is still that quick. And the crazy thing is Fox is still dealing with an injury. He's still, you can see it with the ankle. It's quick as he is. He's
still not 100 at a full click.
No, not at all. But they need that advantage creator because Vassell is a more of a secondary creator. Same with Steph Castle. Fox naturally creates his own mismatches because of his speed. Harper creates his own mismatches because of his strength. Harper bodies guys.
And he's a lefty.
which guys aren't.
Helps.
Guys just aren't used to.
In the same way that Steph Curry is able to make his mismatches through the off-ball work, guys who can do it with the ball in their hand is a very special and valuable asset.
Yes, and just naturally creating the advantage or putting a defender in the chase, that's when defenses start to break down.
We'll take a peek at Game 2 tomorrow, but here's where Patrick goes doom and gloom and says, I'll take the Spurs by 15 in Game 2. It's how this thing goes.
I think the
It's how
Spurs are
this
going to
thing
make the
goes.
adjustments, and Wemby's not going to go 6 of 21.
And I think the Knicks are fine with that.
Yeah.
And Game 3 will be Bananas, bananas in the garden. In the garden. We come back. Let's take a peek at NBA mock drafts, Danny. You and I have been high on one guy that seemed to be slipping, but the analytics are saying differently. We'll go there next in the Association 105.1 The Fan.
The Fan.
We're going to dance all over the place in hour number deuce here. Getting some NFL stuff, some golf stuff, web gems, and it's a 10 Toes Down Thursday. So get those in at 503-864-6326. This just came across my timeline as Oregon Live is reporting that Oregon State has hired their new athletic director. It is Kevin Griffin, who served at Ohio State since 2022 as the Associate Vice President. Now listen to this language real quick, Danny. The Associate Vice President for Brand Engagement, Services, and Partnerships, and Associate Athletic Director for Business Strategy. He'll be introduced in Corvallis on Tuesday, and the role officially begins on July 6th.
If Griffin in Ohio State sounds familiar, that's because he's Archie Griffin's nephew.
That guy has 2 Heisman trophies, does he not?
Let's go.
I don't know anything about this guy, and I don't want to pretend to know anything about this guy. But these buzzwords that I'm hearing, if I can take them for what they really are, brand engagement, services and partnerships, the Associate Athletic Director for Business Strategy, I think you got to kind of like that. I think you got to kind of like that a lot. Because is that now not the name of the game in G6? It's not just about football. It's about brand awareness, interactions, how your imprints are on social media, what kind of pomp and circumstance can you throw?
The title that they're actually giving him?
No.
The Beavers Athletics Twitter post. Welcome our new Vice President and Director of Intercollegiate Athletics, Kevin Griffin.
We're changing names around. Is Scott Barnes somehow sticking around? Is that why this is going?
That's
Scott Barnes still wants to be the athletic director.
That's
Go Beavers.
That's super weird, right?
I'm going to recruit
the official
here.
press
We're gonna
release.
get people come Corvallis, open Cajun restaurant, go Beavers.
Veteran sports business leader Kevin Griffin named Oregon State Director of Intercollegiate Athletics.
Because I think they're trying to change some narratives down there, dude. Mm-hmm. Look, the PR for Oregon State. Now, Oregon State, I think, gets lucky that they're not, tied up in a Brendan Sorsby situation or a Baylor University situation.
No, they just keep stepping in bear traps.
And they've just been bad. It's just been bad recruiting, bad coaching, and bad financial.
Here's the thing. The bear traps that they've stepped in are the ones they're throwing out in front of them. That's what makes it bad.
Well, I think what you're saying is that they're avoidable.
Yes. Like instead of tiptoeing around the landmines, they're sprinting through the jungles of Vietnam and hoping and praying.
If this, again, I'll double down on this. If this goes down the way these titles are, getting more engagement from fans is more money. Having a better social media, television presence is better. Look, we went through, what was it, a week or two ago when we found out, like, Oregon State and Washington State, and I'll marry those two together personally and professionally, those two look pretty good in terms of TV visibility this year. And so if you can ride those coattails of USA with a little splattering of CW, and like I know we get a CBS game against UW, and I think we get a CBS, no, I think it's USA against Boise State. But if you can take charge of those opportunities. If you're Oregon State and you say you go to Boise, I think they're on the road at Boise. If you go to Boise and you knock them off on a Pac-12 after dark on USA, that's great brand visibility. And if you bring a guy in who's working on engagement and donors and all the pomp that goes around the visibility of the program, that's how you're going to shape it. You get Jamarcus Shepard in a post-game interview after they just knock off Boise State, that guy wins a room. Now, you got to win games. Yeah. That's ultimately what it falls down to. You got to win games. But if you can look at Texas Tech, their schedule stinks this year. And without Sorsby, I think they're going to take a big hit in terms of their national championship aspirations. But there's a lot of chatter. There's a lot of us going to Texas Tech, man. They're going for it. They're calling out Texas. They're going after Notre Dame for no reason.
I heard Dirk the other morning say, well, then go play somebody and, go do all these things. If you're going to call out Texas, call out somebody else. Well, it sounds like Texas Tech is trying to get non-conference games with Notre Dame and USC.
I like that.
So they're doing the thing.
I would like USC and Notre Dame to have non-conference games with USC and Notre Dame, but that's just me personally.
But
if you can drum that up, again, you got to win football games. You got to have flashy players, whether it's a running back, a DB, a quarterback, your choice on the position.
I don't think you need to be flashy. I think you should need to win, and you need to have a plan, not concepts of a plan. You know what I mean?
Totally.
It's all. We've said this so many times. It's not that hard. It really isn't hard. Now, it's hard to compete for a national title. That's hard. It's not hard to be competent. And yet Oregon State for 2 years played the woe is me card. And no, we actually have money. And now we have, coming out of this Protect College Sports Act, all the things that come around that Pac-12 media deal is real bad. Real bad.
We'll get to that in the big news.
Yeah. It was like, oh, no. It's like, well, the documents all seem to point to the not great, Bob.
Well, if Oregon State knows that, then they've got to find somebody, an AD, that is going to work more on engagement and brand management.
Instead of going, woe is me, find a way. Do you think North Dakota State has a ton of brand engagement outside of Fargo?
I'm going to get you a North Dakota State hat. You love that school.
Well, I spent a lot of time down there. It was fun.
I'm not really. I'm broke, but
I've got a North Dakota and a North Dakota State hoodie.
Oh, all right.
Look, man, I got love for my bison and what used to be the Sioux. What are they? The Eagles now? Something weird?
Jackrabbits are in South Dakota?
Yeah. But it's like, the Sac States of the world, the James Madisons of the world, like these small schools that were Division II or, FCS schools. Is anybody talking about them? No, everyone's like, hey, man, look at them do the thing. Look, it's like, they're smaller. They're coming from, farm communities and places in the middle of nowhere and don't have the traditional support and don't have these massive alumni or all these alumni that have all these millions upon millions of dollars. But, Virginia Tech just got a $75 million donation. Ooh, buddy.
They love James Franklin over there. Mm-hmm. They love him more than Penn State did when they first got him.
Weird, huh? But
Oregon State now has a new AD who's a flashy name. He's a Griffin.
They got a $48 million donation.
They got a $48 million donation. They have Mitch Canham on a baseball program that seems to be doing just fine, despite exiting early this year. That program's in good shape.
They're fine.
You just hired one of the top assistants and recruiters of a national championship basketball team, and you grabbed a guy from Alabama. I have questions about Shepard in terms of never being a head coach.
But again, let's roll this to Dom Dundon. As far as optics,
whose
optics are better right now?
Core Vegas optics are amazing right now.
Go Beavers.
And who would have said that 6 months ago?
Nobody.
Not a person on the planet.
No.
Rah-rah football coach, national champion basketball coach, Archie Griffin's son?
Nephew.
From Ohio State?
All of the things.
Check.
Yeah,
let's see what it does.
The brand guy at Ohio State.
The brand guy at Ohio State. Now, that's an easy brand. I mean, I can be the brand guy at Ohio State, but still, it's still a big job.
But he's done a great job with it.
Here's the thing. Going down, again, it doesn't matter. The results matter more. But the thing that you're looking at more than anything, when you're trying to start something new, optics.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
And if you want to compare and contrast those two things, Blazers optics versus Beavers optics right now, it's not even close.
And the Beavers managed to flip it on their head.
That's why. This is why I get frustrated at Blazers fans and what Tom Dundon has done. It's not hard to get it right.
Think about this. 6 months ago, the optics for my school were leaps and bounds ahead of Oregon State, and they just passed us by.
Because
I'm happier with Kirby Moore as a head coach than Jamarcus Shepard.
I get what you're saying,
but I don't know the name of my basketball coach.
But again, it's let's see what the results are. But it's a lot better. It's a lot easier. That medicine is easier to take when things look like they're going well. If you're looking down the path and you see the cliff at the end versus, hey, that road keeps going. There's just something about, okay, we can put our packs back on and we can get there. You see the oasis out in the edges, right? They were in a desert and there was nothing. Now you squint and you go, okay, let's see what happens.
We come back in hour number deuce. Let's get to those NBA mock drafts because there's a player on there that I'm real high on and Danny is too. Is he finally getting the respect that he deserves? Hour number 2 loaded. 105.1 The Fan.
Hey, this is Dirt.
From the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, the New York Knicks took Game 1 of the NBA Finals last night, 105-95, as Jalen Brunson. He led the way for New York, finishing with 30 points, 13 of them coming in the fourth quarter alone, as Game 2 will be back again in San Antonio tomorrow at 5:30. The Spurs coming into the contest as early 5.5-point betting favorites. Over to the NHL, as Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Final is tonight, as the Vegas Golden Knights currently lead 1-0 in the series. Vegas comes into the match as 1.5-goal underdogs, as you can catch tonight's coverage over on 9:10 a.m. when pregame starts at 4:30 p.m. Some NFL nuggets for you, as the Pittsburgh Steelers and tight end Darnell Washington have reached an agreement on a 4-year, $42 million extension. That includes $21 million guaranteed. The Green Bay Packers have locked down their receiving core, as Christian Watson has agreed to a 4-year, $110.5 million extension. That includes a $31 million signing bonus. And finally, over to the WNBA, as your Portland Fire are back in action tomorrow night as they take on the Phoenix Mercury inside the Moda Center at 7 p.m. Fire come into the contest as early 1.5-point betting favorites, as you can catch all of tomorrow night's coverage over on 9:10 a.m. when pregame starts at 6:45. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm lowercase from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The home of primetime.
Hour number deuce here. If you're missing the first hour, you can download that, the Fan Podcast, 1051, thefan.com, the Odyssey app, and wherever you get your podcasts. If you missed Dirt and Sprague this morning, always a fun show. You can catch them wherever you get your podcasts, the Odyssey app. If you can't catch the Fan Happy Hour with Luke Anderson or Primetime, you know the places to go. Rewind, fast forward, except for Into the Future. For that would be impossible. We'll dance around here a little off the beaten track with the news of the Oregon State new Director of Athletic Competitions, or however you want to say it. But let's stick to what we planned, Danny. Move along. Nothing to see here. The NBA mock drafts are out, and you and I have been having so much fun with this off the air that we figured we might as well bring it to light. Look, the top three are the top three. Darren Peterson, A.J. DeBonsa, Cam Boozer. A little bit of Caleb Wilson action in there. You're getting Darius Acuff's name thrown around some more.
The top four is the top four.
Top four is the top four. Where they go have been kind of moving around.
That's what's really interesting. Depending on who you talk to and whose mocks out there, guys, I know a couple GMs that have Darren Peterson number one. I know a couple GMs that have AJ DeBonsa number one. I also know a couple that have Cam Boozer number one. And a lot of this goes to mental makeup, IQ, feel, maturity. We talked about this going into Hoop Summit. I was like, do not be surprised if you see Cam Boozer's name pop up as number one.
Well, Cam Boozer, okay, so let's take the three, okay? Let's leave Caleb Wilson out of
Caleb's
this.
four. That's not true. I know of at least one GM that has him in the top two.
Let's leave Caleb and Acuff out of this. Let's just stick with the top three. And I don't want to slight A.J. DeBonsa on this, but if you're talking about the mental capacity, the game IQ, the maturation level, Cam Boozer blows all of that out of the water.
He's a supercomputer.
It is not just his talent and his intellect. It's that his old man played for 15 years in the NBA and 4 years under Coach K. I mean, maybe 3. I don't know exactly how long Boozer was at Duke, but you're talking about a very, very intelligent dad.
Who raised
kids on the road.
Here's another example. We've been talking about this for, and we'll be talking about this as this generation of young players is growing up under NBA stars and all-stars and Hall of Famers, or just good role players, and Dylan Harper. Why does he look so ready?
Ron Harper was a very, very good NBA player.
Yes.
Rick Brunson.
Yes, yeah. Rick Brunson. Just go down the list. Cam Boozer's.
Steph Curry.
Cam Boozer is going
Klay Thompson.
to. Yes, you're seeing it more and more and more and more and more. And then you've got, Carmelo's kid. You've got Ariza's kid.
The balls.
I don't know if they were brought up with the highest field at IQ.
Elijah Arenas.
I was to say Elijah Arenas.
Domantas Sabonis on the good side.
Yes, but I mean, like, you're seeing more and more and more. Now, obviously, genetics play a huge part of this, but it's also the feel and the IQ. And, like, Darren Peterson is the most talented guard prospect in the last 15 to 20 years.
6'6", can shoot and plays defense.
His tools are undeniable.
That is the point guard of the future. 6'6", playing defense and shoot the three.
He's built like SGA, but he is 10 times the shooter that SGA is.
Might be a better defender, too.
Has better tools,
there you go.
Probably.
Better statement.
But a lot of guys think he has a 10-cent head. And that starts getting a little bit weird. AJ DeBonsa has the best tools of all three.
Seems to have his S together, too. I saw him on a podcast yesterday. He was just talking about the greatest offensive performer he's ever seen. It was like the time he saw Luka. Luka had 45 points. And you just listen to him, and you can tell
he gets it.
He absorbs the game.
So I had AJ at Hoop Summit last year, not the one we just had, though, a year ago, and then the year before that, both as a junior and a senior, once for the World Team, once for the Team USA. When he was playing for the World Team his junior year, when he was playing for Coach Cho, he was diabolical all practice. You were just like, whoa, this guy is on. Okay, this is the same group that went up against Cooper Flagg, okay? And I was like, that guy's a dude. That is a monster. Last year, I thought he kind of went through the motions of the practices during the week. It was not the same guy that I had watched. And then come game time, he flipped a switch, and it was just pure unadulterated filth. And you're going, oh, there he is. He knows what to do. He knows how to figure it out. And then he goes to BYU. He plays 35 minutes a game, has to create for his own, and like his ability to get to wherever he wants to score wherever he wants to rebound like he does, to defend like he does. And it's like, yeah, that's a guy that you see being a number one option. Like, and there's not like you have to worry about him because he's going to get picked on defensively. That's not going to happen. Athletically, he's a freak. Like, he's got his ability, his handle already is good enough to get to where he wants to get to. Like, so you just look at the tools. So if you're going overall tools, you're going AJ DeBonsa. If you're going overall tools by position, Darren Peterson is the best guard prospect we've seen in 20 years. Cam Boozer's tools athletically don't pop for you because he can't jump over a roll of toilet paper. But I also look at that and I go, Tim Duncan wasn't the best athlete I ever saw. Kevin Love wasn't the best athlete. I think I've said it on air, but I know I've said it off air a million times.
You've said it on air a million times. I know where you're going.
Cam Boozer is a hybrid of Tim Duncan and Kevin Love. Supercomputer processors that don't have to rely on their athleticism because they know where to be, when to be, how to be, and not have to. His game is never going to have a fall off because he loses his burst.
Is Jokic the most athletic player in the league?
No. God,
he's
no.
a 3-time MVP.
Supercomputer.
Should be like 4 or 5-time MVP.
Where Cam runs into a little bit of an issue is he's not multi-positional. He can play some small ball 5, but you do not want him as a 5. You want him as a 4, but the problem becomes now your 5 has to be pretty mobile. Otherwise, you're going to find yourself in some situations where he's a little heavy-footed. So if he's got a guard on the perimeter on a guy like Giannis or a guy like Evan Mobley, something like that, that's where it gets more problematic.
How many 5s are super mobile? They're not super. They don't grow on trees.
No, but even then, he's not super long.
Right now, they have the Memphis Grizzlies projecting to grab him at 3. Him and Zach Edey. It's a nice front court.
It is.
If Zach continues to evolve.
You're definitely a little slower. You're not getting out and running a ton, but if you want to go grit and grind, it's a good place to be.
I think I'm really high on Cam Boozer because I'll use his example for we talked about that quarterback draft a couple years ago. Did I think he was the most talented? No. But the person I said that is the most surefire NFL player in that quarterback draft was Bo Nix. That Bo might not be as talented as Jaden Daniels or Caleb Williams or hell, even Michael Penix. that guy is going to have the lowest or the highest ceiling. Might have the lowest floor. Sorry, might have the lowest ceiling, but has the highest floor. And Cam feels that way to me. Now, his ceiling, I think, is higher than what Bo Nix could be as a quarterback in the NFL. But Cam is going to be a player in the NBA. Now, like Bo, is he going to be a starter for 15 years? Is he going to eventually become a backup? I don't know that, but he's going to play for 10, 15 years.
I'd be pretty stunned if he was a backup. To me, Cam screams 20 and 10. He screams 20 and 10.
For 10, 15 years. That's why I think I like him, because the Darren Peterson, I'm worried about the head. A.J. DeBonsa, I need to get some meat on that body as well.
I'm not worried about that.
Okay.
But there are people who think that Cam could go 1, that Darren could go 1, that AJ could go 1. Like those are real things that are out there. And the Jazz are sitting there going, let AJ go to 2.
Oh.
Let AJ go to 2.
Can you sign somebody to a lifetime contract the day after you draft them?
Because here's the thing. They would then probably roll out Keontae George, AJ DeBonsa, Lauri Markkanen, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Walker Kessler.
And you're going to the playoffs.
You're going 6'9", 7 foot, 7 foot, 7'2".
In the first year of that incarnation, you are a 6, 7, or an 8 seed.
I'd be pretty if that team is healthy.
Easily.
Like that's a really, really good team.
Some no fun things here in this mock draft. At number 12, it's projected the Oklahoma City Thunder to select Yaxel Lendeberg out of Michigan. It'd be a nice piece for them.
I love Yaxel.
I think he'd be a really nice piece for them.
Replace Lou Dort with Yaxel Lendeberg.
I think I like that a lot.
Now, Case and Wallace replaces him, but if they get rid of Hartenstein, Yaxel going in there would be
helpful.
Yes.
The Chet Holmgren replacement.
Yeah, well.
Let's slide over to the NFL. The wide receiver market is being reset with this guy. That's Danny. I'm Patrick. 105.1 The Fan.
The biggest.
Sliding over into the NFL here. A lot to get to for the rest of this hour. We'll talk a little golf, too, man. You and I never talk golf unless it's your game, which I don't believe, Danny. I wasn't there. You guys got a date set for you and Joe?
Oh, that's right. I need to talk to see if Dirt's still out there.
You and Fisher? He's gone.
Okay.
He gone. Hi, Dirt. If you're driving, honk your horn.
Yeah, no, the date we talked about, Dirt, if you're listening, we can do it. So.
Should I hit the breaking news sounder?
Got the green light on that one.
So we'll talk a little golf here in a moment, plus web gems this hour. It's a 10 toes down kind of Thursday, so get those in. Already got a couple going already at 12:15. First hour of the podcast is up as well. This was reported a couple days ago. The Falcons are signing wide receiver Drake London to a 4-year, $141 million extension worth up to $150, $100 million guaranteed. Makes him the third highest paid receiver in the league with the highest average per year in Falcons franchise history. This isn't really a Drake London conversation. I think Drake London is a fine wide receiver. Mm-hmm. Number 3 paid-wise? I don't know if I like that, because that means you're leaving out a JSN, a Justin Jefferson, or a Jamar Chase, and that kind of freaks me out. But we see this with quarterbacks all the time, that it resets the market. Mm-hmm. Casey and I were having a nice conversation before the show today, and Casey kind of enlightened me, and I'll let you get into that. How do I justify Drake London being the third highest paid quarterback or wide receiver in the NFL?
Because George Pickens just signed his franchise tag, and it's a 1-year, $27.3 fully guaranteed franchise tag. So the franchise tag is around...
It's 28.
Is at 28 or 27. Mm-hmm. Then I'm a receiver. I'm looking... If I'm the number one guy in my roster...
You're looking for 30 plus.
I just made a phone call to my agent. I'm looking for at least 27.
And here's the thing about it. What did the Bengals not do? Pay guys when they should have.
Yeah.
What did that do to their price?
Went through the roof and then paid a second wide receiver like wide receiver 1 money. What's his name?
T. Higgins.
T. Higgins.
Yep. So
T. Higgins and T.Y. Hilton will be the same guy for the rest of my life.
Drake London is really good.
Really good player. I don't think he's the third best wide receiver in the NFL, but a really good and important to that offense.
Yes. Big-bodied wide receiver, the kind of guy that I like. 6'4", 220.
Where did he go to school?
No, I mean, he did go to USC, but he's also very good. And I look, Mike Evans is one of my favorite wide receivers of all time. Didn't go to USC.
Texas A&M with Johnny.
Larry Fitzgerald did not go to USC.
That's a big guy.
Give me big-bodied wide receivers.
I'm with you.
I want big, strong dudes who will high-point a ball, who have great hands, who will go over the middle. The only problem with Drake is he's been dinged up. When he played 17 games, 1,300 yards, 9 touchdowns.
Who's his other receiver next to him?
Right now?
Kyle Pitts.
Also,
I know he's a tight end, but it's probably Kyle Pitts.
It's usually tough to be a wide receiver 1 when the middle of the field is the only other option that you have.
Mm-hmm. I'm with you, Danny. I like the big guys, too. Terrell Owens, Jamar Chase. Those are my kind of guys, the big body dudes.
I want guys who have some size to them. I've never been a guy that wants to go, Jalen Waddle, Devonta Smith. I just never my jam.
There are guys that buck that trend in like a Justin Jefferson or Randy Moss, but
sure.
they're taller.
But not just that, they're different.
And they're super fast.
They're just different.
Randy was 6'4".
Yeah.
Yeah. And how tall is Jefferson? About the same?
No, JJ's
about
6'1".
6'1".
Oh, okay, okay.
But
both
also
can jump up and get it.
But not just that. Randy's also, one of the 3 fastest wide receivers ever play the game.
The really interesting thing, though, that Casey was bringing up to me when we were talking about this morning is that there is about to be a huge influx of wide receivers into the league. Mm-hmm. So while this resets the market,
not even that. Just look at the entire draft board this year.
And it looks strange to think of Drake London being the number 3 wide receiver paid-wise.
But he won't be.
In 3 years, he'll be number 15 because of all the dudes coming up for contracts.
Because you
all
pay
the youth
guys
interjection.
ahead of time.
You should.
If you do that, you can avoid paying the absolute most. That's what it comes down to.
Boy, Atlanta's a fascinating team this year. Do they have pressure?
I don't think so.
Yes and no.
Yeah.
Probably pressure from the fan base to stop being middle of the road.
Yeah, exactly. But, I mean, your quarterback's either Tua or Penix.
So how much pressure can you
But
have?
you're trying to make the swings, and you just happen to lose a few on guys that, A, got suspended, B, got injured, C, off the field stuff.
Mm-hmm. And I think if you're an Atlanta Falcons fan, you're probably the glass half full approach is that we have Kevin Stefanski, which I believe is an upgrade. Mm-hmm. and you have more to work with in Atlanta right now than you may have ever had in the time of Stefanski, sans him hating Baker Mayfield.
Stefanski really good at establishing a run game.
What do they got?
Bijan Robinson.
Maybe the best running back in the NFL?
That's scary.
Division's winnable, is it not? Carolina won last year. Nobody believes in my Carolina Panthers.
Up in the air division in the league right now.
Is Tampa going to be any good? They lost their number one threat. It's not like their receivers stay healthy in Tampa anyway, or their quarterback. Nobody does.
Nobody stays healthy.
Is there an electrical field next to Raymond James?
They drafted a receiver last year, and he didn't stay healthy throughout the entire year.
Chris Godwin and who's the Ohio State kid they got?
Emeka Egbuka.
Thank you.
And he was on pace to be a monster. And as long as he stays healthy, I don't see any issues why he wouldn't be.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that division's up in the air. But as far as London's concerned, look, if he's healthy, he's a really good wide receiver. But again, health is one of those things. And if you're gonna pay a wide receiver, pay him early. Pay him early. If you believe in a guy, pay him early. Otherwise, let him go. But the math just says that. And look what Seattle was able to do.
Yeah, I mean, this hasn't been finalized, so the list I'm looking at, just for funsies, JSN 1, Jamar 2, insert Drake London, and then Justin Jefferson, CeeDee Lamb, DK Metcalf, Garrett Wilson, A.J. Brown, Amon-Ra, Brandon Ayuk, that's a silly one, Nico Collins, Scary Terry, T. Higgins, Alec Pierce.
I've got A.J. Brown lower on that list after his New England signing.
Oh, okay. Do you take Drake London over most of those guys I said after him?
Probably
do you like
no.
a London over CeeDee Lamb?
I do.
Just because of the size?
Yeah, I'm not a CeeDee
guy. Lamb? No.
What about DK Metcalf? The brain?
Yeah, I trust Drake more, but although
DK is a monster. Like, physically.
This is DK's second contract, so at 27, he's getting paid 33.
Yeah.
If Drake can do it for 2 more years, then maybe that next extension, but not right now.
Let's see here. I'm trying to see of any of these dudes who's the next closest to a new deal.
Well, man, the thing is, all those guys have all signed in the last 2 years.
Yeah, looks like Nico Collins is up in 28.
Yeah, but Nico can't stay healthy to save his life right now.
George Pickens, as mentioned earlier.
So, guys on 1 and 2 year deals. George Pickens, Dontavian Wicks, Jawan Jennings, Devontae Adams, Michael Pittman just signed a 2-year. Jahan Dotson, Kendrick Bourne, Mac Hollins, A.J. Brown, Terry McLaurin, A.J. Brown, Jalen Waddle. They just signed 3-year deals.
And Christian Watson just signed his this morning. But again, can't stay healthy at all.
We'll get to that in closing arguments today. I'll take Drake London over all those guys except for, you said one. Maybe Michael Pittman.
They're the same wide receiver.
They're the same wide receiver.
They're the same wide receiver.
Where'd Michael Pittman go to school?
Go Steelers.
I love just tossing that up to you, Danny.
Look, they have a lot of really good ones.
They do.
Again,
they
go
do.
through.
Oh, Scary Terry. I like Scary Terry.
Scary Terry, yeah.
Well, the idea.
Yeah, very good.
With
call.
the age as well, that's also a consideration with Terry.
That's why I think if you want to split hairs and say Pittman's injury or Pittman's London's injuries and availability, but when you factor in age, size, fit, everything, I have no problem with the deal. If I'm a Falcons fan or if I'm a Falcons GM, do I wish I would have got him for a little bit less? Yes, but I think it falls within the margin of error for freight cost, if that makes sense.
You know the meme where you grab the wheel and turn to the exit? We're going to do that.
Okay.
You want to talk about Jake Fisher's tweet? Blazer candidates?
Sure.
Yeah, we'll throw a little Blazers at these cats. You are listening to this wonderful show. Throw you a little service there. Finalists? Why do they always feel like they're different every single day? We'll go there next. There's Casey Smith with sports.
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
This sports update is brought to you by Mountaintop Metal Roofing. No maintenance, energy efficient, fire resistant, and a lifetime warranty. Do it once, do it right. Visit mountaintopmetalroofing.com. First on the Fan, the New York Knicks took Game 1 of the NBA Finals last night, 105-95, as Jalen Brunson, he led the way for New York, finishing with 30 points, as 13 of them come in the fourth quarter alone. Game 2 will be back again in San Antonio tomorrow at 5:30 as the Spurs come into the contest as early 5.5-point betting favorites. Game 2 of the NHL Stanley Cup Final is tonight as the Vegas Golden Knights currently lead 1-0 in the series. Vegas comes into the match as 1.5 goal underdogs, as you can catch tonight's coverage over on 9:10 a.m. when pregame starts at 4:30. Some NFL nuggets for you as the Pittsburgh Steelers and tight end Darnell Washington have reached an agreement on a 4-year, $42 million extension. That includes $21 million in guarantees. The Green Bay Packers have locked down their receiving core as Christian Watson has agreed to a 4-year, $110.5 million extension. That includes a $31 million signing bonus. And finally, over to the WNBA as your Portland Fire are back in action tomorrow night as they take on the Phoenix Mercury inside the Moda Center at 7 p.m. Fire come into the contest as early 1.5-point betting favorites, as you can catch all of tomorrow night's coverage over on 9:10 a.m. when pregame starts at 6:45. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Lower Case from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Sports Saturday with Joe.
Well, the 12th annual Fan Golf Classic presented by Toyota is sold out. Foursomes in this year's tournament at Langdon Farms Golf Club went in record time. If you missed on this year's event, be sure to jump back in on it early next year. Special thank you to our sponsors for this year's tournament. Victor Rico's is back, baby. Bringing burritos pre-round, Matt's Barbecue, feeding golfers post-round. The hosts, Danny, myself, everybody here at the Fan, the infamous sixth-hole Angels Envy Bourbon, will all be there posted up all day. The Fan Golf Classic, presented by Toyota, also brought to you by our friends over at Vulcan Design and Construction, Henderson and Daughter Windows and Doors, George McCoy at Warren Allen Attorneys at Law, Battery Exchange, Maestro Dobel Tequila, Laurelhurst Market Steakhouse and Butcher Shop, Philbrook Law, 1-800-DIVORCE, Roto-Rooter, Il Legal Mezcal, Pub Beer Cheap Fun, Apex Golf Club, and Window Nation. We're looking forward to seeing all of you there on June 23rd for the most fun day in golf.
Might as well go win the whole thing.
You tell him, Cal. Might as well get healthy and play some baseball. Loser. That's not fair. I like Cal Raleigh a lot. Danny's dying currently in the studio right now.
I've sneezed like 7 times in the break, and I have no idea why.
Baby, here we go. We're going to derail ourselves here for a second. My wife sneezes in threes.
It's typically what it is. It's usually threes.
I'm a 1 or 2, but she is religiously 3, okay? So it's 1, 2, and then I pull a Luke Anderson. I say one more for the road, and she hits the third one. Here's the craziest thing. Our youngest son, Bubba, he also sneezes in threes. My wife's cousin, who's one of my best friends, my Cardinal fan buddy, he also sneezes in threes. It's like a family genetic thing with them.
I typically do, but I just keep sneezing.
Are you related to my wife?
No.
That's terrifying. I don't need that in my life.
Call me daddy.
You're my wife's dad?
No, I typically sneeze in threes. But yeah, there you go. But, yeah, I don't know what's going on. When it was super nice, it was a Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Everything was blooming. Bro, I could not stop sneezing. I was chewing up Allegra at that point in time. It's like, I'm done.
Yeah, we're all going to die somehow.
Yeah, no, it's currently whooping my butt.
Jake Fisher, correct, is his name? This guy who's been in my life for 3 months and won't get out of my life now. This is why I'm not on Twitter. I just let you all tell me what's going on. There are now 3 finalists for the Portland job, and they're different than the last ones, but kind of the same.
No,
but kind of not.
They were on the list that we talked when you were out. I had the list.
Oh, okay. Because I thought I saw a list of 3, and it was Tiago. Tiago's been the constant, and I think he should be the constant. There was the Jeff Van Gundy last time, and was it Micah Nori?
Micah Nori has been in the conversation.
Okay.
And Mike Williams from Utah.
Correct. Now they add Tyler Lashbrook,
who was also on the list then.
I feel like as these names change over and over and over, it has to be between Tiago and Micah, correct? If we're taking Fisher's tweet right here for gold.
Well, what's the price?
I mean, I think all those guys are probably the same price.
They are not.
No?
They are not.
Tiago gets a little more.
There's poor people around.
Which one of them has been a head coach?
An interim head coach?
Nope. Tiago Splitter's been a head coach.
Yeah, I know. I'm just teasing. It's Tiago.
It's Tiago, then Micah, then Lashbrook.
I still think you get Tiago pretty good deal.
We'll see.
I mean, Tiago's probably cheaper than Jeff Van Gundy.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. I still look if Micah Nori is $1.5 million, okay? Paying $2.5 for Tiago, that ain't that bad deal to me.
Yeah, you're right. You still have not approached the lowest paid head coach in the NBA.
Who is the lowest paid head coach in the NBA? Besides Tiago Splitter.
Yeah, well, technically he was. Oh, God. Somebody made 3 last year. I was just talking to somebody else about this.
Doug Christie, $2 million.
Oh, God. He is the worst coach in the NBA, though.
So, yeah. So at $1.5 million, you're still not there.
Who's it going to be? When are we going to figure this out, dude? I'm tired of this.
They'll have it in place before the draft.
And the draft is in 3 weeks?
Yeah. 24th. Actually, it's 3 weeks.
In Joe we trust. And I see this on the text line, and I see this in the YouTube chat as well. When it comes to Terry Stotts, look, I think Terry Bear would be an awesome head coach for this current squad, especially if they address some of those offensive concerns in the offseason via trades and get some more shooting or get some just more offensive prowess, whether it's a Giannis, Jaylen Brown, or fill in the blank of whatever player you want on this squad. I just think that there's no way that old Tommy D, I don't think, Dad, that's a little too much like nostalgia, F your feelings. And I think unfairly to Terry Stotts, it is simply his name and not his talent.
Yeah, no, Terry's being looked at as for the head coach opening in Dallas as well. I remember he was an assistant under Rick Carlisle in Dallas.
Oh, I love Stotts in Dallas. Stotts in Dallas would be fantastic.
You want to see Cooper Flagg's offensive game take off?
Yes, I do.
Terry Stotts.
Yes, I do.
So I think it's maybe Tiago, but again, you always have to kind of parse through what's being said and what's actually being said, both publicly and behind the scenes. People told me that a lot of agents did not want to talk to the Blazers because of the way that they handled things. I think there's probably going to be a little penalty fee if they do get Tiago. I think they're going to have to pay more than they wanted to pay.
Probably.
I don't think it's any coincidence that Tom Dundon hopped on a podcast with Rich Paul, who reps Tiago Splitter. That's not Tiago's a Clutch client. That should not be a shock to anybody.
Who do you want, Danny?
Tiago.
Yeah?
Yes, he just took this team to 42 wins in what has got to be the craziest situation a coach has ever had to step into.
That's not even year one under Tiago.
It's not his system. It's not his assistants. It's not any of those things. Oh, and by the way, the head coach got arrested after the first night.
So if you can give me 40 on year 0.
Current head coach.
What does year 1 actually look like?
And you had the third most injuries in the league, and when you actually look at the guys who were injured and the value that they lost from that, nobody else got hit harder.
And you're one of the worst three-point shooting teams in the league, and you're getting back one of the best shooters that the NBA has ever seen.
So, yeah. I have seen, people well, Tiago did this, Tiago did that. Tell me what Mike Nori does.
I've never heard of Mike Nori till about 3 weeks ago.
I know who he is. He's been an assistant for the Timberwolves for the last few years.
I just looked up Tyler Lashbrook. Not a pleasant-looking individual.
Well, don't get to my guy here.
Sorry.
Tyler Lashbrook was also a blog boy for SB Nation.
Oh, really?
Yes, 14 years ago.
He's a blog boy? Now he's an assistant for Joe Mazzulla?
Yes.
Shout out you, bud.
Blog boy, stand up.
You can put it on the ball.
The OG days of SB Nation, including Jake Fisher.
When SB Nation was...
Bro, 14, 15 years ago, you go look at the house that we had in Las Vegas at Summer League. Pretty much every single major newsbreaker, team reporter, beat writer that's out there that's not like an OG J-School 30-year in the game guy was in that house. It's crazy to think about.
One final thing I will say about this, and I'm curious your thoughts, reaction to what I'm about to say, Danny, is... While everybody is very curious and excited, and myself included, to see who the next Blazer coach is going to be, I could give two rips about who the next Blazer coach is because I care a lot more about who's the new player in Portland.
Oh, sure.
And I think that's something to remind us as media fans out there, listeners out there, not to poo-poo on your thoughts. I don't mean that by any means.
Yeah, you do.
But I don't... There's already enough things that people are getting their pants tied and frustrated about in this current Blazers situation. I don't think we need to grab pitchforks and freak out about coaching.
Our pets' heads are falling off!
I like Tiago a lot. And if Tiago's the guy, I don't got a problem with that. I'll trust Joe in this decision. But if Tiago's not the guy, I really caution listeners and fans out there to not freak out on Tom Dundon levels.
Oh, no. Whoever he goes with, here's the thing, and it won't happen because most people are just stubborn and hard-headed. If you're sitting out here screaming that Tiago Splitter's not the guy, I don't want to hear you bitch once next season about the new coach
coaching
that comes in and doesn't handle something right
because
that's the growing pains.
One coach of
exactly
what it happens.
This guy's never been a head coach. He's an idiot. We got to get him out of there.
Yeah, no kidding. If you're going to go down that path, and look, there's arguments to be made for that. I have no issues with that. Tiago was a guy who was a coach in waiting. He was looked at as being the next guy up to be a head coach, and not just by the Trailblazers. Did he make mistakes? Yes. Did he learn from his mistakes? Yes. That's the part of going through year one, is you learn all this stuff and you go, oh, okay, I would do this differently. I would do this differently. Oh, and by the way, Tiago Splitter didn't get to have a training camp and get to do an install of any of his own stuff. He just had to pick up and go with where they were at.
Well, what about those 3 days of the All-Star break?
Yeah, I know. It's just, and that's the thing is do you want to go through that again? So let's just go ahead and say you're going to go make that trade for that player that's an impact player. Are you going to trust the new guy to learn on the fly, but also have the pressure of competing?
Tyler Hero, come on down.
Go ahead. Go for it.
The biggest soccer tournament in the world is right around the corner. You can start the weekend early and join the firm of Harris and Marang on Friday, June 12th from 10 to 1 at Goal PDX. Catch all the action on the big screens with a cup of your favorite beverage. An expanded viewing area, Goal PDX brings a block party feel throughout the entire tournament. You can join us and the fan at Goal PDX Friday, June 12th from 10 to 1. We'll do a live show. Canada kicks off cool pool play at noon. USA plays at 5. Stick around for the match after. It's the Global Games local party is presented by Cricket Wireless, the Grand P of Portland, and Milagro Tequila. Come on down to Goal. We are very excited to do that a week from tomorrow. We come back. It's Web Gems, everybody's favorite. 105.1 The Fan.
Join the fan on Friday, June 12th at
All right, this is everybody's favorite Web Gems. Do it every single day at 11:45. But coming up on the big nooner, it's a 10 toes down kind of Thursday. So 503-864-6326. Get those questions in for us. We'll take those on. We'll also touch on, was the Pac-12 media deal, what's the word I'm looking for?
Garbage?
Yes. Craptacular?
No, accidentally leaked. I guess that's what I'm looking for. Yesterday in the Senate committee judicial
It was like, well, no, you're actually not looking at this the right
conversation.
way. It's actually the split revenue of divided by pi. It's like, shut up, dude.
Dude, I saw a lot of that.
There was a lot of like,
It's not the media deal.
No. They've just seen all of the paperwork that's entitled as part of the process that they all go through, that they sit down for and draft up 700 pages of legislation. But sure, they don't know the media.
Hey, there's a local guy who keeps telling me he'll know in 2 weeks, and he'll let us know too. So we'll get to that in the big nooner. But Web Gems brought to you by, oh God, I'm so mad at these guys, by FIFA and their U-turns. FIFA was going to allow you to bring in sealed or an empty water bottle to your World Cup events because, well, water should be a human right and not something for the rich. They have decided they are not going to let you do that now because they probably figure if you spend $1,000 on a ticket to get in, what's $20 for a small bottle of water? I wonder if they remove water fountains. Is it just all like a waterless soap in the bathrooms now?
Are they worried more about people bringing in booze?
Yes. But also...
Oh, I'm bringing in booze. But can you believe, like, think about the countries that, like, mostly for religious reasons, do not consume alcohol. Like, are they sneaking in water?
Well...
sneaking in a flask to fill with water from a water fountain?
Remember where the World Cup was before this? Anybody want to...
Qatar.
I believe it was in Qatar. Qatar.
Yeah. Lot more issues at hand there. But beyond that, I say this, I started to have this thought in my head, and I was like, am I saying this tongue in cheek? But like, is FIFA the most corrupt organization that we know exists?
In sports?
No.
I still think there's probably some governments that are more corrupt than FIFA.
Organization, not governments.
Not governments.
Like the most corrupt organization that we know of.
Potentially. I think there's probably some out there that we don't know about because nobody does it. Nobody flaunts it the way FIFA does.
I mean,
FIFA loves to flaunt how corrupt they are.
I bet you there's a few CIA government contracts that are thrown
But I mean,
around,
those are...
But again, that's government. But again, that we can see, you might be right. Because these dudes love to say, we're here for the money.
And it's not even like we're here for the
money.
money.
South Africa, Russia, and Qatar, big world dominant powers in football.
Not just that, like, I don't know, political scale,
well, also
human rights scales.
Also, this is the number one talking point going to the World Cup, and it pisses me off because the games will be really, really good this year. There are 5, 6, or 7 teams that can win the World Cup this year from different continents. It's not just like Europe dominating or South America dominating. There's a lot of really good teams. There's a team from Africa that I'm telling you to watch for. There's a team from North America I'm telling you to watch for, and it's not USA. The games are going to be awesome. What terrifies me and what pisses me off is the number one conversation that I'm having is why the number one country or the number one region most capable to host a tournament of this size, a global event, is screwing it up. And every article I read is how the United States or FIFA or the government, fill in the blank, is doing X, Y, and Z to make this an embarrassment. And I don't even mean politically. Like, I don't want to bring Trump into this, but I'm just talking about this no water bottle thing, okay? Can't be called AT&T Stadium. It's just, it screams so much money at all times.
It's FIFA.
And it just makes our country look bad. It makes the game look bad. And FIFA just goes, we don't care. We have lots of money now.
Yes. And that's what I mean. Like, everything about them is just so freaking sideways, man.
Water, dude, bro, water is a human right.
But I'm not taking their stance. I'm not taking their stance.
As Danny's about to take their stance.
Going to a FIFA game is not all right.
Understood. Understood. But
if you have the capacity to pay for the $1,000 ticket, you have the capacity to pay for the water bottle.
I hear you, man. But also, like, I
get what you're saying.
Totally.
100% get what you're saying.
I go to a Major League Baseball game, okay? I go to a Portland Timbers MLS game, okay? I can take this water bottle that I have in front of me, and I more often than not do, empty, and I fill it in there. Now, Portland is a lot more environmentally conscious, whatever you want to call it, than a lot of other places, or T-Mobile in Seattle. But how many people actually do that? You're probably talking less than 20%.
Oh, sure.
So how much money are you really losing to take that PR hit? Dude, we've talked about this all day.
They don't care.
Aesthetics.
That's the thing is, they do not care. They don't care. It should not come as a surprise.
Cash rules everything around me.
Yeah. Like, they are so corrupt. I mean, there are people that have been in a part of FIFA that have gone to jail.
They are still in jail.
Yes. Anybody, dude, have fun. Google Sepp Blatter. Like, just go down the list of just the absolutely corrupt individuals, not just at the top of FIFA, but the ones that represent certain nations. It's like, oh, God, this is going to sound awful, but go look at the stuff that has come out of the African national teams in their relationships with FIFA and the amount of extortion and blackmail and flat-out people making stuff up. God, I want to say, was it Congo? that they put one of the leaders there put their daughter on the women's team and has never played soccer.
That's awesome.
And it was just like, bro, what are we doing?
I mean,
here?
even UEFA carries water for FIFA, and FIFA does whatever they can to make sure UEFA has the upper hand.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is the best continent in terms of countries and how good they are. So I can understand that to an extent. But it all trickles down. Text line's telling me the IOC, the International Olympic Committee.
Up there.
They're pretty tough, too. The most corrupt organization is your local school PTA or your HOA. Those two.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
I'm just so excited that I finally got a World Cup. As a football fan, I finally got a World Cup in my home country, because when I was 9, I wasn't really a big football guy in 94. And I'm starting to think to myself, wow, it would be cheaper to fly to Denmark and stay in Denmark for 2 weeks and go to 3 games than it would be to drive to Seattle to go to a game. The World Cup game that I am going to see live in person is a USA game on foreign soil.
There were Knicks fans who flew to San Antonio to go catch the game because it was cheaper to fly to San Antonio and buy tickets than it was to buy tickets in MSG.
I'm standing in line to get a beer, game 2 of the World Series at Progressive Field in Cleveland, Ohio. And these 2 guys behind me, super nice dudes, we start yucking it up. They're wearing Cubs jerseys. And I looked at them and I said, guys, what the hell are you doing in Cleveland? You don't want to see a World Series game at Wrigley? And they looked at me and they go, dude, it's a 5-hour drive. It was cheaper for us to drive here, rent a hotel, the both of us get tickets, and as many beers as we want than it is for one of us to get into Wrigley. And I felt stupid for not realizing that, but that was the truth.
Mm-hmm. It's the reality of it. It's all very dumb. Also, FIFA sucks.
Hate FIFA. Blah.
But they're an international organization, so they can't be held liable for anything. It's like, okay, or we just
probably nonprofit too. Speaking of the Pac-12 media deal might have been leaked. And 10 toes down, loaded final hour. Don't go anywhere. 105.1 The Fan.
This is the International Soccer Report, brought to you by Gold PDX on the corner of Southeast Hawthorne and 18th Avenue. Food, spirits, football.
Musa. Wow, die zit erin. Anis Haj Musa op karakteristieke wijze in de Kuip.
I know what that is. That is the Algerian call as they defeated the Dutch yesterday 1-0 in a friendly. Look, don't take too much into it. A lot of times these international friendlies, we're trying things. Think of like a pitcher in spring training who's only throwing curveballs and gets lit up. The Dutch will be just fine. The International Soccer Report is brought to you by Gold PDX. Join us on Friday, June 12th at Gold PDX as the firm will be broadcasting live when the Global Games' biggest tournament kicks off. Gold PDX, food, spirits, and football.
I'm Pat Boyle, here to help you beat the book.
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
This sports update is brought to you by Langdon Farms Golf Club. Good or bad weather, the golf course is always the driest around. Download the Langdon Farms app today to get all the latest news and specials. First on the Fan, the New York Knicks took Game 1 of the NBA Finals last night, 105-95. As Jalen Brunson, he led the way for New York, finishing with 30 points. 13 of them coming in the fourth quarter alone. Game 2 will be back again in San Antonio tomorrow at 5:30 as the Spurs come into the contest as early 5.5-point betting favorites. Over to the NHL as Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Final is tonight as the Vegas Golden Knights currently lead 1-0 in the series. Vegas comes into the match as 1.5-goal underdogs as you can catch tonight's coverage over on 9:10 a.m. when pregame starts at 4:30. Some NFL nuggets for you as the Pittsburgh Steelers and tight end Darnell Washington have reached an agreement on a 4-year, $42 million extension. That includes $21 million in guarantees. The Green Bay Packers have locked down their receiving core as Christian Watson has agreed to a 4-year, $110.5 million extension. That includes a $31 million signing bonus. And finally, over to the WNBA as your Portland Fire are back in action tomorrow night as they take on the Phoenix Mercury inside the Moda Center at 7 p.m. Fire come into the contest as early 1.5-point betting favorites as you can catch all of tomorrow night's coverage over on 9:10 a.m. when pregame starts at 6:45. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Lowercase from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The home of the firm.
Two down, one to go here. The firm of Harris and Marang. We do this bad boy every single Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Thank you for being a part of our day. We are stoked to be a part of your day. You know how it goes. After us, we'll turn it over to Duck Insider from 1 to 2, and then it's the Fan Happy Hour with Luke Anderson from 2 to 3, and then it's primetime, baby. Isaac and Suk, 3 to 7 to take you all the way home, finishing up 13 hours of live, local, continuous regional sports talk radio on the Fan Sports Network. It's a 10 Toes Down Thursday, 503-864-6326, or over on the YouTubes. Questions you ask Danny and I, unequivocal answers, no wishy-washy, 2 feet flat on the ground, all 10 toes. But Danny, last night was a rough night for me.
Go on.
Well, we kind of already knew how this whole Pac-12 media deal was going to play out. Mm-hmm. We all kind of had the rumors of somewhere between $10 and $15 million on a TV deal. When you see the schedule come out and it's USA Network and CW, which I'm pleasantly happy with what the TV situation looks like, at least for my school. You kind of knew it was going to be anywhere from 10 to 15, but boy, when it actually slaps you in the face, it feels like a Band-Aid just ripped off.
Well, yeah, I mean, all of the indications seem to be that this deal is somewhere between $10 and $12 million because all of the legislators all got access to everything when they were doing this Protect College Sports Act, which, like I said, is a complete and steaming pile of crap. And it's been very funny watching a bunch of Pac-12 water carriers over the last 18 hours say, well, you actually have to do this and do this and do this and do this and do this. Like, no, man, we can see the final number. Like, we can do the math. It's not, you got washed.
I wonder if this was the ploy all along. Follow me on this.
Okay.
I don't want to full on tinfoil hat, but follow me on this.
But you're going to.
Well, I mean, just a touch. More ask the question. Is this the ploy all along of why we haven't heard what the deal is and what the media rights is going to distribute to each team in the new Pac-12? Because if you hold it quiet and then you drop this bomb at a Senate oversight committee about some legislature you want to pass, that it makes the discrepancy of the Pac-12 look so much worse that it's a woe is me cry?
I think
you follow what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying.
We haven't told you guys this because it's so bad that the sport is broken and we have to fix it.
No, number one, I understand what you're saying. Number two, I think you're giving them far too much credit.
See, I knew you wouldn't like the politicians getting credit.
That's far, not just that, you're giving the ADs and the Pac-12 far too much credit.
Whoa, Therese Gould's excellent.
I don't think she's viewed as such. Beyond that, I think they were trying to hope that they could do something between now and then to juice the numbers a little bit more.
Yeah.
And I just don't think they could. Now, do I think there's a woe is me in there? Absolutely. Because it is woe is you because you haven't done the thing. You don't have the value. You know, I read a tweet in the break of, so you're telling me coaches can negotiate contracts, ADs can negotiate contracts, universities can negotiate contracts, all the media rights deals can all be negotiated, but players can't negotiate contracts?
It's a whole different situation, amigo.
It's like, well, maybe if we just get everything in line and you get revenue sharing across the board, that's where it's going to go. Now, you had the AD at Notre Dame saying, like, well, you know, the Super League's going to, you know, if we don't do this, Super League's coming. It's already there. We're all, this is why I keep getting to this point of, like, just rip the Band-Aid off. If you want to play, here's the price. Put the structure around it, but it's revenue sharing. It's revenue sharing.
Mm-hmm. Keeps everyone closer to the same amount because you're telling me teams like Cal and Stanford have a half share and are still making more than this? I mean, Oregon and UW have a half share and they're making triple this?
But here's the thing. You have to pay in to get paid out. That's how it goes. So if you want to play, that's the world you live in. Make the decision.
It sounds like this is a 5-year deal, and this is, you know, what we just talked about, the director of athletics, however you want to spin the words.
Vice president.
Down at Oregon State. The clock starts now.
Mm-hmm.
You got 5 years. You got 5 years to show the CW and USA that you got a banger of a deal. You got the lowest bid, and you hope in 5 years that Boise State, Washington State, Oregon State, San Diego State, if you can convince Cal and Stanford to come back, if you can convince Memphis to join or create some super conference of G6, and then that looks great, it'll pay off. That's the next question, really, man. If all these guys are going to create a super conference, why doesn't G6 just create a super conference?
Do you want to play in the big group or do you want to not play in the big group?
I hear you. But what if you became the Division II playoffs before it was Division I playoffs?
Okay,
which we've always said has worked better.
Okay, then take your ball and go home.
Yeah, it's too much of that. I don't want that. Still hanging on to the thought that a super team conference will come calling for my squad.
You can if you pay to play.
Yeah.
That has been the case from the jump. If you are willing to pay, you can go do the thing. And everyone's like, well, you know what? It's like, no, man, it is what it is. We know where this is headed. And to pretend that it wasn't heading there otherwise is ridiculous. The idea, here's the thing that I can't wrap my head around. You think you had a chance 10 years ago, 20 years ago when Alabama was giving out Hellcats? No, you didn't have a chance then either. You actually have a better chance now. Because if everybody's operating under the same rules, under the same microscope, then you actually level the playing field.
Mm-hmm. Can't have that, man. Can't have that.
That's why Nick Saban's fighting against it. That's why he's championing this legislation. Because he knows that you can't. I saw somebody say, you know, when I was doing this, I could get a guy with a Kia Sportage. Now it costs a Hellcat or two. It's like, yeah, that's the reality. Is that everybody now when you put it's the same thing with gambling. It's been there the entire time. but when it operated in the background, it was bad, it was seedy, it was nasty.
I told you this the other day. Sometimes I wish that stuff would just go to the back room again.
I don't.
Well, I know you don't, and I don't truly mean that. But sometimes in these situations, the ignorance is quite bliss.
But it's not.
Well, I agree. I mean, I don't teach my children that ignorance is bliss. But boy, I felt a lot better about this when I didn't know anything.
But that's the thing is like it wasn't like it was hidden. It was out there for everybody. Georgia's roster was 3 deep. Bama's roster was 3 deep.
And the sport
Ohio State's roster was 3 deep.
The sport is way better for it now.
Look at the playoffs.
We got Texas Tech in the playoffs, Memphis, James Madison, Texas A&M is back.
Look how many more.
Oklahoma came back.
We went through that top 25
Miami
yesterday.
came back.
We said 8 teams out of the gate like that to start the season. You're like, there's 8 teams that can win a title right now.
Mm-hmm. I think so. This season, yeah.
Do you think that
including your Oregon Ducks, Danny?
Do you think that list is going to get bigger or smaller?
Bigger.
Isn't that what actually everybody else wants?
Well, how many teams do you think?
I should say the fans. Isn't that what the fans want in general? I'm not talking about the fans of Alabama, the fans of Ohio State, the fans of Michigan, the fans of Oregon.
And if the media could pull their heads out of their boots, then they would understand, instead of being like, I'm ESPN and I'm diehard SEC and I'm Fox and I'm diehard Big Ten, understand that nobody wants to see a playoff of just SEC teams. Nobody wants to see a playoff.
They do because they want
just
to control
Big Ten.
it. It's
I
the power
understand that.
vacuum.
But ESPN and Fox will get their pound of flesh by both of them being a part of this.
But they don't. That's the whole thing. It's a competitive atmosphere, so they don't want to share.
Dude, if it's the Big Ten in a playoff, like I know obviously we'll watch. We are home of the Ducks. If it's just the Big Ten and their own thing and they're doing a college football playoff of those teams, bro, I don't know how much of that I'm going to watch. If it's Oregon, Michigan in the second round, yeah, I'm going to watch that game. If it's Ohio State, Penn State in the second round and whatever the natty is, quote unquote, sure, I'll watch that game. But do you think I want to watch a first-round matchup between Iowa and Minnesota? Hard pass. Hard pass. And same goes for in the SEC. Think I want to watch a first-round matchup of South Carolina and Mississippi State? Pass. Hard pass. I don't even watch that in a regular season Saturday with nothing on at 9 a.m.
When there's a power vacuum available, the most powerful are going to grab the most power. Look at FIFA. We just did a segment on that a little bit ago. They're just to say we don't care.
Absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Yes. That's what this fundamentally comes down to. So, like, as much as I'm not for legislation and making the NCAA a 501c or any of that nonsense, get the players paid commensurate to their value. Here's the flip side of this. Schools need to make less money. Mm-hmm. Coaches need to be paid less. Like money needs.
Say that about CEOs and Fortune 500s as well, with lower prices for the consumer.
But that's the reality. It's like you want to talk about where you spend your money. I saw somebody say, "Well, the other sports are going to go away." Well, then manage it better. What do I love to say? Just don't be what?
Stupid. God, I hate this argument.
It's really like things are not that hard. They're really not.
I would argue things are harder than you give it credit for.
No, they're not. Like if you just do the thing the way you're supposed to do the thing.
But the problem is we all disagree on how we're supposed to do it.
Because you want to protect.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Self-preservation. Mike Elko, 40-team playoff. I'll never get fired. I love Mike Elko.
But he's also saying, like, yeah.
He's also making a mockery of the whole situation. He's making a joke that we all giggle about, and deep down inside he's like, actually, I'm kind of serious.
But if you open it up and everybody's playing on the same playing field, guess what you're not doing? Well, it's the coach's fault. It's the coach's fault. It's the coach's fault. It's the coach's fault.
What do we say on this show? R.I.P. college football?
Mm-hmm.
Gunned down in her prime.
Hate to see it.
Our pets' heads are falling off!
10 toes down kind of Thursday. Get those in. 503-864-6326 or over on the YouTubes. Let's have some fun. Coming up next, that's Danny. I'm Patrick. 105.1 The Fan.
That's Kentucky.
10 Toes Down. We do it every single Thursday at 12:15. Your interaction is necessary and appreciated. 503-864-6326 is the fan text line, or you can throw them over on the YouTube chats. If you're new to the program, 10 Toes Down is you ask the questions, we give you answers unequivocally. No messing around. Firmly 2 feet flat on the ground, all 10 toes, believe in everything you say. You know, Danny, I think this has been a good experiment for me coming up on the almost year of our program here, of trying to be more 10 toes in my life. It's difficult for me because I'm always trying to see both sides, and I'm always trying to consume as much new information as I can. So this has been a good project for me.
How's that working for you?
Terribly, but at least I'm trying. Is that part of it? I think about going to the gym every day. That's the first step.
Do you?
Well, yeah, I drive by it every day. And just to the bar instead.
Yeah.
I kid. I do drive by it.
Peacock! You gotta let me fly!
I do drive by it every day. But 10 Toes Down, let's get this thing started. You want to go food? You want to go Blazers?
Hit me.
10 Toes Down. The Blazers use their assets to get Cam Boozer or make a trade for anyone but Giannis. See, I like how they added that caveat because I know you will always go for Giannis. So if Giannis is off the table, 10 Toes Down, go get Cam Boozer or someone other than Giannis.
They're not going to be able to trade up into that.
Don't say that. You just have to choose one that you would want. If all things are available.
I don't like the idea of pairing Cam with Klingon. So I'd go...
Not mobile enough of that 7-footer you're talking about?
Yeah. So I would go elsewhere.
And
I love Cam.
I know you do. I am 10 toes on Cam. You bring up a great point, and you're probably right. You know ball better than I do. The idea of having a PDX carpet T-jersey that says Boozer on the back would get my pants real tight.
I hope they never make that. I hope they never make a PDX carpet T-jersey.
Oh, they don't? I'll just get the jersey then. Do they have the jerseys with the sleeves?
No, not anymore. Thank God.
Dang it.
Thank God.
Dude, I'm too fat, white, and squishy to wear
Wear
like
a T-shirt
true NBA.
underneath.
Yeah, but then I look like Cooper Flagg. It looks like a dweeb.
No, he doesn't.
It's better than looking like Matt Ishbia at the All-Star game.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know what that looked like. Was that bad?
Not great.
Let me look that up.
Oh,
Matt
not great.
Ishbia All-Star game. Was he just like, whoa, Matt,
see?
that's a rough look, buddy.
You see? You can't do that.
So he got a tattoo on his right on his forearm, on his right arm, or is that just the lighting?
Just don't.
Eee.
But yeah, no, I would go with the alternate player because you're also looking at timelines and
Exactly. That's so we were talking about this in the YouTube chat a little bit ago. As much as personally Patrick 10 Toes Down would want Cam Boozer, I think trading assets for another youth development, even if it's a home run hire like a Peterson, DeBonzo, or a Boozer, is going to be a tough sell for this fan base. I think this fan base is ready to take what they have now in Drew, Dame, Donovan, and Denny, I would say, as the core, because and Tumani, thank you, because Jeremy's probably going to need to move for money offsets, and people are going to want young assets that I think the fan base is real 50-50 on in Shaden and Scoot. If you're going to move Shaden, Scoot, and those 3 picks for a project, I think that's a tough sell for the fan base. They don't want to hear that again. I think fans are ready to compete.
Well, I don't think
now.
Cam's a project, though.
Oh, I agree.
But rookies impacting winning is
I don't know if
very
A.J. DeBonce is a project either.
No, Dylan Harper doing what he's doing is not normal. It's not normal.
10 Toes Down, fresh baked sourdough or fresh fried donuts?
I think it's sourdough. Versatility.
Sourdough.
Yeah.
The versatility is what gets me, because you could do a lot with, you could go jalapeno cheddar, you could throw some chocolate chips in there.
Don't get me wrong,
a lot.
I like a good donut, but I'm not a huge donut guy to begin with.
I'm not a huge donut guy either. I think in this scenario, I'm going fresh fried donuts. Like hot, and it's just it doesn't need to be a chocolate or a Boston cream or a maple bar. When they're hot and fresh and they just kind of melt away from you, I think I'm going into that. To where the fresh baked sourdough, I don't know if I want fresh bread to make a sandwich quite yet. I kind of want to let it cool off.
Nah, I'm going sourdough.
Yeah, that's where you just get some balsamic, a little bit of oil, S&P.
Whatever you want to do.
Okay, all right.
Also,
now we're talking.
I'm also savory over sweet every time.
I am probably as well. It's so weird. I don't have the biggest sweet tooth in the world, and then when I do, it's like everybody get out of my way.
Yeah, no, the lady is baking, and we're pushing a bunch of stuff out, and I'm not. I say it probably 4 times a week now when she's trying something new. I'll be like, yeah, she's like, taste test this, and I'll be like, yeah, I'm not a big sweets guy. Then I'm in there like, more, like it's just unbelievably good. So I don't know, but I'll still say I'm savory over sweet.
You're gonna have to look out, dude.
Oh,
you might have to go to the gym twice a day.
It's brutal.
You might have to gym twice a day if she keeps this up.
Everything she makes is so stupidly good.
Just bring the leftovers over here.
I'm dead serious. Like
the 24-year-old, 125-pound kid is like, I'll take some.
Yeah,
Sack it up.
In all seriousness, like we have talked about this. Like I'm like, hey babe, I know where I can get some taste testing going on, but a vast audience to go through and try things.
10 toes down, you will be 100% honest while taste testing.
Oh yeah, no, I am.
With your fiance.
Oh yeah, because she wants to get it right.
She probably hate me.
Oh, dude, she wants the most critical evaluations of everything. She made a cake the other night. She didn't like it. The people that we sold it to, they loved it, but she was like, "Are they lying to me?" She goes, "I want honest feedback," because like everything she makes, it could be the most incredible thing you've ever seen, tasted, whatever. And she will still just be just brutally critical of. I hate it. I want to, like, the number of times that the other night when she was up until midnight making a cake, she was like, "I want to throw this thing in the trash."
So throw it in the trash and go to bed.
I'm sitting there looking at it like, that looks incredible and it tastes unreal.
You need a T-shirt that says trash can on it.
Right? Yeah, throw it in the trash. Me, right here. Nom, nom, nom. No, we have a 16-year-old he's the trash can. So we're getting there. Somebody texted in, has the wife opened the bakery yet? It's soft launching.
It's hard to get down the throat.
Mm-hmm. Website's built. Order form's built. We're taking orders silently right now.
Excuse me, he looks really hot.
You can message me on Instagram. Maybe y'all can do something for you. We're already booking up fast.
Part 2 of 10 Toes Down coming up next on Portland Sports Leader. You got some time to get them in if we can. We'll try and squeeze it all in. 105.1 The Fan. That's Casey Smith. He's got sports.
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
This sports update is brought to you by Mountaintop Metal Roofing. No maintenance, energy efficient, fire resistant, and a lifetime warranty. Do it once, do it right. Visit mountaintopmetalroofing.com. First on the Fan, the New York Knicks took Game 1 of the NBA Finals last night, 105-95, as Jalen Brunson led the way for New York. He finished with 30 points, 13 of them coming in the fourth quarter alone. Game 2 back again in San Antonio tomorrow at 5:30 as the Spurs come into the contest as early 5.5-point betting favorites. Over to the NHL as Game 2 of the Stanley Cup Final is tonight as the Vegas Golden Knights currently lead 1-0 in the series. Vegas comes into the match as 1.5-goal underdogs as you can catch tonight's coverage over on 9:10 a.m. when pregame starts at 4:30. Some NFL nuggets for you as the Pittsburgh Steelers and tight end Darnell Washington have reached an agreement on a 4-year, $42 million extension that includes $21 million in guarantees. The Green Bay Packers have locked down their receiving core as Christian Watson has agreed to a 4-year, $110.5 million extension. That includes a $31 million signing bonus. And finally, over to the WNBA as your Portland Fire are back in action tomorrow night as they take on the Phoenix Mercury inside the Moda Center at 7 p.m. Fire come into the contest as early 1.5-point betting favorites as you can catch all of tomorrow night's coverage over on 9:10 a.m. when pregame starts at 6:45. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Lowercase from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The Fan is live on YouTube and Twitch.
Closing arguments coming up next to send you on your way, but we're hanging out here in 10 Toes Down. Son of just bunch came through. We'll see if we can power through a lot of these and see what happens. Let's dive right into it, Daniel. 10 Toes Down, cold weather is better than hot, scorching weather.
If we're talking about the extremes, I've lived and worked in both. When it's so, I have something that I subscribe to very much so. You can only get so naked. When it's 120 degrees, you can only get so naked. I have been in weather that is both above 120 and below -40. You can always put more layers on.
It's an A-bomb.
Without a doubt.
From A-Rod.
But if we're talking about comfort, I prefer 85 to 88. Like if I'm going to be outside,
Give me the heat.
I want to be warm.
Give me the heat.
I firmly subscribe to the same thing, that I can put more clothes on, I can only take so many off.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you're talking about like...
The extremes, let me tell you, man, they both suck.
The cold is rough.
When your tear ducts freeze, that is a different life.
God, I hate the heat, though.
But, when I was in North Dakota, I had gloves that were probably 3 inches thick that went up to my elbow, goggles, full wrap face mask, a parka that you could, smuggle an entire family in. I had everything. I had an engine block heater, remote start, everything. Now, did it suck to put all that on to go outside for 30 seconds to go grab something out of my car? Yes. Yes, it did.
I remember one time I was working at a bar in Pullman, and I stayed over Christmas break. Mm-hmm. And I think I was working like the 24th or the 23rd that day, and I only lived 15 blocks away.
Walked?
I walked. Oof. Well, I mean, there was 2 feet of snow on the ground, so you're not driving anywhere, especially in a front-wheel drive pickup truck.
Well, if you're going to do something, front-wheel drive is always better.
Wait.
In the snow, front-wheel drive is always better.
That truck was back.
Oh, rear-wheel drive?
Rear-wheel drive.
With no weight in the back?
Yes, with no weight. Well, we eventually put weight in the back, and it got better, but it still sucked. Yeah, still sucked real bad. And if you've ever been to Pullman, Washington, there's a ton of hills everywhere, so I'm good on that.
Yeah, North Dakota's so flat, you can stand on a beer can and see Montana.
But I remember that I had to walk to work one day. I mean, I didn't have to. I chose to. And again, about 15 blocks, and it was all downhill to get there. But it was, 26 degrees out, snowing, and about 2 feet of snow on the ground. I walked into work and was instantly sweating profusely. Mm-hmm. And it took me maybe 15 minutes to get there. Mm-hmm. It took me longer to dress and undress than it did to walk down there.
It's a lot to do. Again, I don't ever want to be in the extremes of either. But if I'm preferring a cooler climate or to a warmer climate, I'm always going to choose the warmer climate.
10 Toes Down. This comes over from the morning show, from the Sunrise guys. Apparently, Andrew Dirt Johnson made a wild claim. And this 10 Toes is being asked, Taco Bell is better than In-N-Out. I don't know, asking the California guy to my left or the California kid who grew up spending a lot of time there and myself.
It's not better, but they're two totally different classes.
Extremely different things. Like, if I am hammed out of my mind, I'm always going to want TB over In-N-Out.
The versatility of TB is unbeaten.
It is. However, if I am just sober walking up to a place, I'm going to take In-N-Out every time.
Well, here's the thing. Even if I wasn't
That's not
sober.
10 Toes.
Even if I wasn't I'm taking In-N-Out.
I have to choose one for the rest of my life, I'll take In-N-Out.
I'll take
In-N-Out as well.
I'll take In-N-Out.
But don't get me wrong. Like when we're talking about the pantheon of fast food establishments I have visited the most, it's those two. And it's a far cry anyone else. It's galaxies between those two and everything else.
I can't do In-N-Out because I never lived in California, so it was always like a treat.
Sure.
The pantheon of fast food, the 2 places I've been to the most, I think TB makes that list. Mm-hmm. I had a J and the B in college because we didn't have Taco Bell. And those $2
tacos still hit.
Yeah, I wasn't a big McDonald's guy either. I'll bet you it's Taco Bell, and here's a kicker for you.
Does it have it your way?
Arby's.
Oh.
Dude, yuck. Live and die on Arby's.
Here's the
I want Arby's right now just thinking about it.
Arby's sauce.
Money in meat packing.
Arby's sauce, horsey sauce, 2 of the best sauces in the fast food game. It's funny you say fire because fire sauce is number 1.
Also, fire sauce is
fire sauce is the number 1 sauce in of the packets. That nothing beats fire sauce.
Ooh, Zerg hit me with the Zips on the YouTube. You guys ever been to a Zips?
I do love me some Zips.
Zips is great. I did grow up in Spokane.
Arby's did for a while have the market fresh sandwiches. and they were like some of the best fast food sandwiches you could get.
That had the dude from Archer. He was on those commercials, wasn't he?
No. I'm talking like this is 20 years ago. This is a while ago. When they first introduced them, they were good. But yes, H. John Benjamin
That's
is his name. Yeah, great voice. Looks nothing like you would actually expect him to look. But when they first introduced those were good. And don't get me wrong, Arby's roast beef with some horsey sauce and some Arby's sauce, it has its place, but it's not something I'm actively seeking out.
10 toes down beef and cheddar is disgusting.
Listen, we started this with Taco Bell and In-N-Out. Arby's should be nowhere on this list.
No.
Dude, somebody else hit me on the YouTube with the Zips and Cheney is the best of any Zips. I'm going to go with the Zips in Ritzville. Zips in Ritzville, Washington.
I do love me a Zip.
You see that Zips coming off 395 to get onto I-90 heading towards Spokeezy, and you're stopping at that Zips. I don't care if Spokane's only about an hour and a half away.
I'm headed
you
up
are
there
stopping.
this weekend for a comedy show. I'm most likely hitting Zips.
Hitting that Zips in Ritzville, dude.
Is there a more of a serial killer red flag than somebody who was like, I love Long John Silver's?
Dude, as a kid, my dad used to take us to Skipper's a lot. We used to go to Skipper's a lot. There's one on Highway 99.
At least you would walk into that place. Fast food fish?
That's the homie that orders the fillet of fish.
Bro, yes. You're like, what are you doing? I had a buddy who loved Long John Silver's, and I was just like, it's actually making my stomach queasy. Like, I don't really get down with seafood in general.
Don't get down with LJ's?
No, dude. Oh, no, dude. Long John Silver's. Don't get me wrong, catchy jingle, but like fast food fish, I'm good. Just no. It's just that is the most serial killer food thing I have ever heard. You know what I like? Long John Silver's.
I never thought of it in that context of fast food fish.
It's like,
it is a terrible. Well, it's all frozen.
I know, but still. Like, think about it. All that place does is smell like somebody microwave fish in the office. That's all it smells like all the time. All the time you have microwave fish in the office. There's just something about, like, have you ever driven by a Long John Silver's and you catch that whiff? And you're just like, there's never been a fast food establishment I've driven by that has turned me off to food more than Long John Silver's. That waft of frozen cod being reheated 47 times. You're just like, no, I was hungry. I'm good now. Nope.
When I was a kid, there was a Burger King that had an E. coli outbreak. And I asked my dad, or it was Mad Cow. I can't remember which one it was. And I asked my dad, what is that? I was probably 7 or 8 years old. And he explained it to me, and I went, I'm never eating there, ever. And I've eaten at Burger King maybe twice in my whole life.
And Burger King, the Whopper used to be the absolute banger of bang. The 99-cent Whopper was king.
I can't eat a burger without cheese. That's like having...
But I mean, like, again,
people in your basement.
Then the other food scandal was we stopped going to Jack in the Box forever because they got busted in the late 80s, early 90s.
The kangaroo meat.
We were like, I'm good. I don't want to get a kangaroo kick in the stomach. I don't need that. But yeah, fast food fish. Nope. There's no.
I'll never stop thinking about it.
I would rather have. This is actually even close. I would rather have like third world nation street food than fast food fish.
Oh, I mean, I might rather have third world nation street food than most stuff.
Yeah, but again,
I'm willing to throw those dice.
Oh, I've rolled those dice a lot.
Yeah, I'm willing to throw those dice.
My stomach is basically lead lined at this point. There's nothing that will get me.
Street meat? That's easy, man.
Oh, yeah, I'll get down on that. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, street meat's great.
People get worked up about a New York hot dog, and I'm like, bro, I've had food off the side of a dirt path in Afghanistan. What do you mean? New York hot dog, that's nothing.
Fast food fish.
No.
The triple F.
Who had that idea and was like, yup?
Dude, my dad took us to Skipper's all the time.
Skipper's was walk-in, though, wasn't it?
They had a drive-through.
Did they?
They had a drive-through, but I think more traditionally people sat down. I've never been to a Long John Silver's.
I think the only one that I know, I don't know if it's still there. Is the Long John Silver's on 99 still there?
Where on 99?
It's Tigard on the north side of 217?
Dude, that's an unholy land for me. I've never been there in my life.
No, there's one in Hillsboro now.
Okay, yeah, that one was there for a long time. It might be, actually, I think it's like a Taco Bell or Chipotle now. But yeah, no, I'm good.
That's 10 Toes Down. We do it every single Thursday at 12:15.
The one in Hillsboro is a Long John Silver's and a Taco Bell.
Oh wow!
Like the same thing?
Same building.
Oh, okay. Are they connected?
I'm guessing it's like a gas station kind of serve,
Okay.
A&W style.
Because the same company owns Taco Bell, KFC,
A&W,
and Pizza Hut.
Okay, because I think there's a KFC A&W in Sherwood.
Then maybe
Right?
maybe they own A&W as well.
Which I'm not gonna lie,
Yeah, that one's right off the highway.
Yep.
I've been eating there since I used to ref youth football games.
fried chicken, root beer float,
Great eats.
bro. That's
when they brought the double down back.
the double down's the one with the chicken on the chicken, right?
Yeah.
That is the fattiest fat guy thing I've ever had in my entire life.
Oh,
I've
yeah,
never.
there's no bread.
I've never ever in my life been more convinced by a commercial. It was during the NBA Finals. I want to say in like 2012. My dad and I were watching them, and they ran the commercial when they first brought it out.
It's 2 pieces of fried chicken
With bacon and
melted
cheese.
and bacon in the center.
I looked at him. I go, I want a fat guy so hard right
And
now.
what you do is you get a side of the potatoes and a little bit of mac and cheese, and you just
push it all
full
together.
sandwich it up.
I went to the KFC in Lake O. That was the closest one by us, and I was like, I'm getting this.
Don't bring up bad memories. That's a Starbucks now.
Oh, is it gone now?
Oh, it's my
Do you
least,
guys-
my least favorite building in the entire universe. Is
Do you
that
guys
place.
know the McBang? I don't know if I can say it on the air. It's when a group of people together are intimate at the same time.
No.
And you put a Mick in front of that.
Oh.
It's a chicken sandwich that you put in the middle of a double cheeseburger.
Mm-mm.
No, that's a secret menu. Yeah, that's a secret menu.
Yeah, no. I like the secret menu in In-N-Out a lot better.
Animal style.
Well, I mean, that's just standard.
That's not a secret no more.
Yeah, that's just standard.
10 Toes Down every Thursday at 12:15 when we come back. Closing arguments to send you on your way. 105.1 and the Fan Sports Network.
It's time for Easy Play, brought to you by Home Z, making home improvement easy.
Struck him out. Third for Ohtani. Line drive, base hit, right field. He has been on all 4 times.
That's Joe Davis for the Los Angeles Dodgers. Shohei Ohtani has an ERA under 7. And did you know that last night Shohei Ohtani had more hits himself than hits he gave up on the mound? The dude is absolutely unbelievable and continues to push for a Cy Young. We'll see if his innings count gets there. This Easy Play brought to you by Homesy. Use Homesy's online calculator to estimate your project instantly. Make it easy. Call Homesy. That's HOMZE. Homesy.com.
We just finished our roof.
All right, that's going to do it for us. Closing Arguments brought to you by Leskin Law. Visit leskinlaw.com for more information. Coming up on the program tomorrow, we will preview Game 2 of the NBA Finals. Probably preview Game 3 as well. Or do they take the extra break, Danny? Do you know that? Game 2 is on Friday. Is Game 3 on Sunday? No, I think it comes back around on Monday. So we'll take a peek at Game 2 preview tomorrow of the NBA Finals as the Spurs look to try to even it up.
Friday, Monday, Wednesday.
There is a weird story brewing out of Boston for Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, baseball player. We'll get into that tomorrow. I think he's mostly just said too much to the Boston media, and they are having a field day with it.
And he's just been optioned around year after year, so he's probably not too happy where he's landed.
Without a doubt. I got a weird NFL story out of Cleveland, and maybe we'll get to this Notre Dame situation as their AD likes to tell us, this is not what we want. But if we did it, this is what it would look like.
Yeah.
Have you seen that? And it's like, dude, that's incredible. He's like, I know, right? I mean, no. We're anti. We're anti. We're anti. Stanley Cup on tonight, Game 2. Can Carolina even this thing up?
Can we get as good a game as we got in Game 1?
See, now hockey doesn't do
for this one.
Hockey doesn't do that bullshit that I always get worried about in the NBA. Like, it's not like Vegas stole one on the road and they laid down tonight. No, they'll keep swinging. They'll keep swinging.
I don't think the Knicks are going to lay down in Game 2.
But you know what I mean? We've seen this in NBA playoffs. Like, sometimes they're just like, we got one, we're good.
I don't think it's ever happened.
Ever?
No.
My eyeballs beg to disagree.
No, just sometimes you don't play well.
Let's see here. My Liverpool squad named Irola the new head coach, replacing Arne Slot. Everybody excited? Anybody?
No.
Nope, just me. Just me, huh?
I'm not cool enough.
Okay, fine then. The Green Bay Packers and wide receiver Christian Watson agreed to a $110.5 million extension this morning. There's another receiver off the board making a lot of money. $31 million bonus.
I mean, the Christian Watson of it all is, are his knees intact?
Yeah, when he's healthy, his production is through the roof. When he is not, it's evident.
I asked you this question about Drake London and the Atlanta Falcons. Now, let me ask you the same question about the Green Bay Packers. How much pressure is on the Green Bay Packers this season?
I think there's a lot of pressure on the Packers.
Now, where does that pressure go, and is it fair? Is it across the board? Is it a Matt LaFleur? Is it a Jordan Love? Is it an organization? Everybody involved?
I think it's all of the above. You know, Jordan Love's been dinged up. LaFleur's been, I don't want to say on the hot seat, but I think he's probably there. Also, their division might be the best division in football.
That is a fact.
They did make the swings. I will say.
No, I'm with you.
They have made the swings. It sucks that Micah Parsons tore his MCL or his ACL, but that's just how it breaks sometimes.
I actually think, I was kind of listening to Dirt and Sprague talk about this morning, which kind of put it into my head. You know me, I'm probably one of the bigger Jordan Love people of most people that I know that aren't Packer fans. I'm kind of high on Jordan Love. And so tell me if I'm smelling my own farts. I think there's way more pressure on LaFleur this year than there is Jordan Love.
Well, Love got paid.
Understood, but Love doesn't traditionally get all the same weapons that other people do. And Matt LaFleur, you know me, I said last year after their really disappointing exit of the season that I thought it was going to cost LaFleur his job.
And yet here we are.
Fair. I think he gets a little lucky that the Green Bay Packers operate a little differently than most other
they don't move
franchises do.
You got very lucky that your number one defensive player that you made the swing for tore his ACL, so it kind of took the smoke off of you.
Man, I had them winning the Super Bowl last year.
Yeah, I'm not going to.
I don't feel bad about that. They looked really good for a few weeks.
Then the defense fell apart.
Yeah.
Their number one receiver last year was a tight end who tore his ACL, and then their production went in the toilet.
And Micah Parsons got hurt, and Rashawn Gary's gone.
Did you see that, what's his name? Who's the big NFL reporter? Ian Rappaport. Ian Rappaport had to shoot down the rumors that Josh Sweat from Arizona was going to the Green Bay Packers.
What, did he put one out?
No, apparently there was it was gaining traction on the social medias that it was about to go down. And he was like, this is not going to happen, guys. It's not going to happen. Which then fueled everybody saying, because he wants to break it in an hour when it actually happens. Well, they got a little bit of intrigue over there. I mean, if Micah's not going to be back until October.
So the beginning of the season?
You play football in September.
I know.
Mid-October.
But I'm saying.
You're probably going to miss 5 or 6 games from
Oh, sure.
Micah Parsons?
5 or 6 games doesn't decide your entire 17 weeks.
Dude, if you're 1-5, I don't think they will be. What is the Packers' schedule?
They're going to play a lot of their own division.
They sure are.
Like that's the thing is I think the pressure is going to come from internally because that division's so good.
At Minnesota, at the Jets, home against Atlanta. That's September. At Tampa. Then you're home against Chicago, Dallas, at Detroit, home Carolina, at New England, home Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
Probably looking at starting around 5-5 on the year.
Whoa. Your bye weeks, after your bye week, which is the next week, sends you to the Rams, then to the Saints, our New Orleans Saints. Then you get home to Buffalo, Miami, at Chicago, home with Houston, home Detroit.
What week do they play Chicago?
Christmas Day at Chicago and October 11th hosting Chicago.
Can we call them Chicago anymore?
They haven't officially left.
Gary, Indiana Bears.
They're gone. You see they tried to do a $5 billion bill at like the last second.
I don't think you can do that.
Yeah.
$500 billion?
$5 billion.
Oh, $5 billion. I thought you said $500 billion. I was like, whoa, what are we building here?
$5 billion. They tried to do it, but then the legislators went home.
Screw you guys. I'm going home.
What are we doing, man? So dumb.
I want a job where, like, I'm making a statement by just getting up and going home. You know? You know what, Danny?
Sucks to suck. See you later. Bye.
Danny really pissed me off. I don't care if I got 2 hours of this show left. I'm out of here. And Dusty's like, dude, you made a really firm stance last night. I love you for that.
It was so firm, you can stand at home.
You can stay at home. Closing arguments brought to you by Leskin Law. Visit LeskinLaw.com for more information. Leskin Law's one-day divorce mediation, peace treaties, not war plans. Everyone, y'all have a great afternoon. We will catch you tomorrow. For Danny Marang, that's Casey Smith. I'm Patrick Harris. Go do something I would do.
Bye.